So welcome back to the Jobs Live channel.
We have a wide variety of roles available at Can Health Medcoms.
So we've got a number of regional offices. We've got both construction and highways are based at Salford Quays.
Yeah, so I work on the highways sector of the business, and I'm an assistant HR business partner. So I look after all our highways contracts that we've got currently in the northwest of the Kia business, basically.
And we're going to speak to Amanda from Stockport Homes.
Get yourself a really good quality professional email address. It really is much more important than you think. Make sure that your person spec at the top absolutely matches the job that you're going for. The role profile that you've been asked to meet should absolutely come through in the person spec at the top, so that an employer very quickly can say, right, okay, you're ideal.
From Wigan through Lee, through Tyldesley, Atherton, literally you could be based anywhere across the borough when you come and work for the council.
From Cumbria, which is the almost most northerly point, is up towards Carlisle, right down to the southern point of Cheshire.
So much interaction on the chat, so many people getting in touch. So thank you for that, and thank you for those employers who are signposting people to various websites and giving them advice about applying for work.
We're currently recruiting for care workers. We actually have 30 current vacancies in this area at the moment. So that would be obviously community carers, but there is opportunity to do other things, mainly going on to be a senior carer, or eventually coming in and working in the offices with me and the rest of our team within the office.
It's so exciting. There's a job for everybody, I do believe. We have people working obviously on site in trade positions, and then obviously back office staff, support staff, HR, recruitment, you name it, there's a job.
We are now looking for another 300 individuals to work as traffic management operatives. So that includes trainee opportunities and qualified operatives and foremen into the business. That's a shift paid role. But we also have then additional management opportunities for contracts managers and operations managers.
See you again soon here on the Jobs Live channel. Take care.
My career started at City of Wolverhampton College. I'd heard good things about the college and settled in here straight away. It's very different at school as I'm gaining specific work skills that I'll be able to use in my career. I'm learning in an industry standard bakery, containing all the equipment students need to turn out a range of freshly baked bread and cakes, which are sold every day to customers. There's also a professional training kitchen, preparing lunches and dinners to paying customers in the on-site academy restaurant. Every lecturer is very passionate about the subject and they share this passion with us, so learning is fun. So whether I end up as a professional chef, have a front of house role in a restaurant, or become a great baker, I know it will be thanks to the college that I have cooked up a great career.
You've got that qualification and a lot of business experience, so they just go hand in hand.
Having a second chance at education, because I threw my opportunity away at college by messing around and then threw myself straight into work, and then I was offered the apprenticeship and I thought, well, why not?
I was learning on the job with different people who all ages, so I was learning from their experiences as well and getting paid to do it at the same time.
My confidence is so much stronger than it was when I first came in.
You get to meet loads of different types of people, which is good.
You get paid as well, and you don't get paid within college. College or university, you just get a bit more money in your pocket and then you can do whatever you want.
Learning new things, being able to become even more customer focused, committed, and it's just opened up so many more opportunities and doors.
Relaxed opportunities, you're not in a classroom, free food is always good.
Interact with customers more, able to go and ask them for feedback. I've proved myself to have good leadership skills and get the best out of my crew.
Love that.
I'm definitely going to use that as well.
I love that.
you found the perfect job with us. That's great. Here's how to apply using our quick and easy online application system. Before going to the sign-in screen, you may select your preferred language in the upper right corner of the search page, and then begin by logging in. If this is your first time applying for a Marriott International job, you'll need to create an account. But don't worry, it's easy. If you have applied in the past, enter your username and password. But if you don't remember one or both of these, simply use the links on the login screen to reset them. Now that you've logged in, let's start the application. We're going to assume this is your first time applying for a job with us. There are a few ways to complete this section. If you have a LinkedIn or Indeed profile, save some time by uploading your information using your profile from these websites. There's also the traditional way. By uploading a Word document or PDF of your resume or CV, your information will automatically fill in much of the application. Or, you're welcome to manually enter or edit your profile as well. But if possible, we suggest making it easy on yourself by choosing one of the other options. Now let's get started. The first few sections of the application ask for general contact information, answers to questions about your current role, and details about you. At this step, be sure to register to receive job alerts. This ensures you'll get a message whenever new jobs are posted that match your preferences. If you use the resume or CV upload option earlier, you'll fly through these next sections. Just be sure that your information pulled into the application correctly and that all required fields are completed. Note that different jobs require you to complete different sections of the application, so don't be surprised if the application looks a little different, asks more questions, or takes a bit longer to complete than for other jobs you're applying for with us. Just be sure to answer the questions as you are prompted. For some jobs, it may seem like there are a lot of questions to answer, so if you need to take a break, you can save your work at any stage and pick it up again later. Keep in mind, some sections of the application may have a time limit to return and finish your answers, so take that break, but remember to come back. When you've completed everything, finish the process using e-signature. Then take a few minutes to do a quick review of your application and click the Save and Continue button. You'll get a confirmation email letting you know your work here is done. Here's the great thing about the online application process. When you've filled out one application, your profile will be stored so you can log back in and quickly apply for more jobs using the information you've already entered. This means applications for other jobs will take a matter of minutes. After you've applied, be sure to follow us on social media and register for Marriott's monthly careers newsletter. Also, if you signed up for alerts, you'll begin receiving email notifications about jobs related to your career interests. Good luck in your job search process. We look forward to receiving your application.
So for me personally, you need to be clear and concise. Try not to use the same things over and over again, so don't repeat yourself. So if you've had 2 jobs in 2 different hotels or 2 different pubs, don't say the same thing. Try and either reword it or think of something else that you've done in that job that you didn't do in your previous job. Keep your CV, your application, to 2 pages of A4 paper and a cover letter if you want to do a cover letter. If you don't have a lot of experience, then it's a good idea to do a cover letter. You can put your strengths, your weaknesses on. You can explain who you are as a person more, because sometimes it's not all about the experiences that you've got. It is about who the person is. And that, for me, I would rather go for someone who doesn't have the experience, train them up in everything that I need to train them up in, if they're the type of person that I want to work for me, rather than someone that's got all the experience but won't be the correct fit.
From an application point of view, it's someone who's enthusiastic, passionate. It's very much about the personality, because a lot of the positions we're looking for, we can teach the skills, but we want someone who's going to fit into the team, has an attention to detail, especially if it's a customer-facing role. Someone who's hardworking, has a really good work ethic, and is wanting to be part of a really big team, but very much a team player as well. So that's what we're looking for here at Mottram Hall.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, one of my things is always the way somebody comes dressed. I'm a bit old-fashioned that way. I still believe that somebody should, take care and dress appropriately for an interview. The amount of people that we've had through the door that just come as if they're, going to the gym or to the pub is, yeah. And you can, as soon as you start speaking to somebody, you can tell, a personality. We need, we can't have like shy people. We need outgoing people, because there has to be that. They have to be able to interact straight away with the guests.
Brilliant. We've had a couple of questions in on the chat, if I may. So we've got Alan's asking, what makes you stand out from other hospitality companies? That's a great question. I'm sure you could go on for a long time about that.
Well, I mean, at the hotel itself, it's a fantastic place to work. Majority of our staff, probably about 70-80% of the team here are long-standing team members. We have had, throughout the years, we've had team members leave but come back, because it is that good here. We don't see people as just like colleagues. We are a family here. Most people that are here can multitask. Everybody's always 100% willing to help everybody. It's just a great place to work.
Okay, so I started as a crew member in McDonald's City Centre in June 1997. And this was mainly with the purpose of reducing my overdraft. I'd finished my first year at university, but then I started at McDonald's and I absolutely loved it. I worked there through university, and I would work in Liverpool as well. I used to transfer between. After university, I did my floor managers and then my shift managers courses with McDonald's. And then when Chris came and bought the restaurant in 2001, I was promoted to a salaried manager. So I was an assistant manager then. Then I was a business manager, and I was a business manager in Carlisle, Whitehaven. Then I took some time out. We had our first child. Then I went back to Carlisle, still doing the role of business manager. Time out again for a second child, back to being a business manager. And then 3 years ago, because the group had grown so much, the opportunity to take this role as the people consultant came up, which was brilliant because it meant that I could grow on the things that I'd really enjoyed doing as a business manager.
Programme Manager for Hospitality Apprenticeships here at Yeovil College. Just here today to give you a bit of an overview on the different apprenticeships that we have available. If you're thinking of training to be a chef, to work in a hotel or restaurant, then I would recommend for a school leaver the Commis Chef Apprenticeship. That's where you are employed 5 days a week to work out an industry, and they will then there will be time available for you to come into college to complete your training of your practical skills and your theory. We will cover all the different food groups, which includes meat, fish, poultry, game, sauces and salads, hot and cold desserts. On a regular basis, we have industry experts who will be available for you to pick up additional skills, and where appropriate we do take you out on trips. Progression would then be to move on to level 3 chef de partie, again where you would look at the same food groups, but there will be an opportunity to look at more complex dishes, which will include masterclasses in chocolate work. Entry requirements onto those programmes, we would be looking at your Maths and English GCSE results, ideally 3s and 4s, but we will continue to help and support you with that. Progression then could lead to hospitality team member, which is another one of our apprenticeships. That predominantly is based front of house, serving customers in the restaurant. Again, you would still be employed out in industry, working 5 days a week. If you would like any more information, please see the website yeovil.ac.uk or enrol at yeovil.ac.uk, and we look forward to seeing you very soon.
Hi, I'm Paul Morey, Curriculum Area Manager for Hospitality, Hair and Beauty here at Yeovil College, and I'm about to take you on a tour of our wonderful facilities. This is our Da Vinci restaurant, run by the learners and some staff. It can seat up to 55-60 customers, open to the public, open to the staff, from breakfast until early afternoon, and it's very popular. So you would be working in here as a front of house, a waiter, waitress, behind the bar, learning all the barista coffee skills, or you would be working in the restaurant, which I'm going to show you next, which serves this Da Vinci. This is our Da Vinci restaurant kitchen. Everything in here is a professional standard, so you could be working in here cooking the food for the restaurant outside that you just saw. It's an open kitchen in that there's a viewing hatch here, there are cameras, screens outside, so everyone can get involved watching the food being prepared and being served. So you might work on a different section in here every time you're working in this kitchen. This is the other training kitchen where you'll be doing some of your practical training. You'll have your own section, bring your own set of professional knives, you'll have your proper chef's uniform on. Up here is where the lecturer will do demonstrations. There are cameras so that it can be recorded, and also you can watch it live on the screen, but you can watch it back later on. This is also where we have industry experts coming in to do demonstrations across all the different types of food. So here we are outside the Da Vinci restaurant, sun's shining. Hope you've enjoyed the little tour of our facilities, and we're really looking forward to seeing you soon. Bye.
Further education colleges up and down the country are finding it difficult for some reason the last few years to recruit into curriculum professional cookery and front of house in local areas again. Students to come in, we're not quite sure why the numbers have fallen so much, but the colleges do need to rely on those numbers for the funding. Anybody that wants to come into the industry, go to the local colleges, maybe even find, it might have been that you've been pot washing in a local restaurant and that an apprenticeship is offered to you. Apprenticeships is a very rich course to go on, supported by providers and colleges and supported by the businesses. So there are many ways in, and the great thing about apprentices, you get a bespoke environment to work in. You work with a decent chef. They'll progress you. They'll work closely with the provider that will build your confidence, and then you can start to look at the progression or the pathway that you like to look at for a future career in it. I mean, 43 years, and I still learn stuff, different ways of plating up, little techniques. And after 43 years, it's stood me in good stead. So I haven't had a bad career out of it, to be fair.
My career started at City of Wolverhampton College. I'd heard good things about the college and settled in here straight away. It's very different to school as I'm gaining specific work skills that I'll be able to use in my career. I'm learning in an industry standard bakery, containing all the equipment students need to turn out a range of freshly baked bread and cakes, which are sold every day to customers. There's also a professional training kitchen, preparing lunches and dinners to paying customers in the on-site academy restaurant. Every lecturer is very passionate about the subject and they share this passion with us, so learning is fun. So whether I end up as a professional chef, have a front of house role in a restaurant, or become a great baker, I know it will be thanks to the college that I have cooked up a great career.
information around. First of all, PGL runs children's outdoor adventure centres. We are probably famous for over the last 60 years, we have centres up and down the country where people go away on their school trips. They do amazing outdoor activities like climbing, canoeing, and fun things like that. So people may have gone on the school trips. We also run family school projects. What I do, I work in a recruitment team, and I'm looking after the Kickstart scheme, so helping to check all the vacancies or the applications that come in for the Kickstart vacancies.
Brilliant, that sounds amazing. So whereabouts do you guys based?
Okay, so PGL, we've got 14 outdoor activity centres dotted all around the country. The vacancies for Kickstart are 5 of them. They are in Dorset, Wiltshire, Surrey, Shropshire and Lincolnshire. Now you may be thinking, hang on, none of these are in Cheshire. But it doesn't matter because the jobs we have all come with on-site accommodation. So it's not good if people want to get around, you want to get hard to look down, you want to get away by the change of scene, then you have a living centre, accommodation and you run it.
Wow, that sounds brilliant and such perfect benefits there. So could you tell us a little bit about those 5 roles that you're recruiting for at the moment and what they entail?
Okay, so we have 5 centres. So they're in Dorset, Wiltshire down in the south, Surrey also just the other side of London, and then 2 in the Midlands, Shropshire and Lincolnshire. So 5 locations, but the same job at each one of those. It's a hospitality assistant. Now, when school groups come to PGL, they look forward to having a really fun time with the instructors and to doing the canoeing and the climbing and all those outdoor activities. That's really important. But also what's important is the warm welcome they get when they come here. It's about having clean rooms, it's about having good quality food, and it's about making our guests feel welcome. And that's where the hospitality assistant role will come in. We're going to give people experience of working in our catering teams, our housekeeping team, and also in the retail team working in the on-site shop and bar. So we're giving people the chance to get trained up in work in all of those areas, as well as gain some employability skills and some certificates as well. So it's a 5-day-a-week job, 37.5 hours over those 5 days, and as I say, the chance to gain experience and skills in catering, housekeeping and retail.
Amazing, and a lot of those skills as well will be so transferable. So even if you wanted to, as you said, have that change of scenery and then move on to something else afterwards, then that'd be amazing to just take.
Exactly. I think they're all very, very transferable job skills. Of course, at the end of the 6 months with Kickstart, people are welcome to take that experience, take those qualifications, their enhanced CV, and go and work for somebody else. Or you could apply to work for PGL next year, and we'd love to welcome anyone back if they've had a good time, as I'm sure many people will. So we employ anything up to 2,000 people per year. So the opportunity to have a career that goes on beyond the Kickstart scheme is definitely an option.
Wow, that's incredible just to see that progression, as you mentioned there. So that's great. So obviously the people that are looking today to fill those roles, what kind of people are you looking for? Is there any particular traits that you want them to have or anything like that?
No, there's not really one particular thing we're looking for. Although I would say that we're looking for people who are enthusiastic and willing to learn. Some of the jobs, as you can imagine, in catering and housekeeping will involve pushing a hoover around, loading and unloading dishwashers, lots of cleaning, and that's an essential part of the job. So if you don't mind getting your hands dirty, if you don't mind a bit of hard work, then you'll be working as part of a fun team and you will learn a great deal. Plus, because you're living on centre, it's a bit like a working holiday. So if you see it that way, then the main thing, as I say, we're looking for is enthusiasm and someone who doesn't mind rolling up their sleeves and giving it a go.
Absolutely. And just to have a look at the benefits of working with yourselves, I know we've mentioned some previously, but why would someone want to come and work for your company?
Well, PGL is a big employer. We're a very trusted employer, and it's a great place to come away and have a change of scene. Some people go off to university, and that really helps them to grow themselves while they're learning and studying, of course. University is not for everyone, and it does cost a lot of money. This can give just about anyone the opportunity to come away live on a centre, meet people from all across the UK while they're working there. It's a real fun place to be because the kids come to have fun. So it's all about helping that fun experience. Plus, it's a great way to learn. You'll earn some money and you'll get some qualifications. We have some wonderful locations. Some are by the sea, some are in amongst forests and beautiful countryside. So it's a great change of scene. It's a great location as well.
Wow, that sounds amazing. And just to finish off, unfortunately, do you have any hints or tips for those that might be wanting to apply today?
I think the main thing is to try and put as much detail as you can on your CV. I know that if people are coming for the Kickstart scheme, they will have periods where they've been job seeking and not in work. That's fine, it doesn't matter. But if you can make sure that your CV describes the times you've been in work, the times you haven't been in work, the times you've been in education, and try and sell yourself a little. Tell us a bit about yourself. And that will be really useful. The application page is at pgl.co.uk/kickstart. And you answer a few quick questions and then upload your CV, and the computer will read your CV and fill in the application form for you. So it's really easy. I must just mention that because the jobs are residential, you will need to be over 18 to pack a bag and come and live on our centres.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Dave, for all of that advice, and especially for that last part as well, that you must be above the age of 18 or 18 to come and work for PGL. So make sure that that is obviously one of those things that you tick on that box. But thank you so much, Dave, for your time today. If anybody's got any questions for Dave or any of the team, then please leave them in the live chat, which is just next to the video player, and one of the team will get back to you as soon as possible. But for now, hope you have a lovely day, Dave, and we'll see you very soon, hopefully again on the Jobs Live channel.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Stuart. So today I have been joined by Maria and Mamina from Nourish Training. So hi both, how are you?
Hi, I'm very good, very good. How are you doing?
Yes, I'm very good, thank you, and glad to hear you both are as well. I'm now, though, going to hand over to the both of you as you talk us through all about your company and tell us a little bit about the Kickstarter roles that you have available.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Jane. Thank you very much for inviting us. We're very happy to be here today with you. Together with Mamina, we're working in Nourish Training to bring Kickstarters on board. And currently we're offering some very exciting opportunities that we want to tell you about a little bit more. So in Warrington, our brand is called CSP Recruitment, and we specialize in giving temporary work opportunities that with time may become permanent jobs. We are based in Warrington, in this area. You can see it on the screen, in Woolston. One of our office is there. We have 10 offices around the country, but in Warrington, we are in Woolston. We have currently 2 job opportunities for Kickstarters. The first one is a trainee recruitment consultant. With that career, you can start learning about the recruitment business. You can become one of the recruitment consultants. We have also an opportunity in the warehouse, in one of the busiest industries in UK. But let me tell you a little bit more about trainee recruitment consultants. So this position is quite flexible. We're offering 25 hours a week. We're offering the wage that will depend on your age. With this job, you will learn about admin work in the office. You will experience scheduling the appointments with candidates. You will work within the team and you will learn a lot about human resources. And in the future, if you will decide to go further with this career, you may undertake the recruitment consultant training and become one of the fully qualified recruitment consultants. But if you will decide to go other way, with this experience from this job, you can do basically anything you wish for. So we encouraging all of you to apply for recruitment consultants in Warrington. We have other positions available in a warehouse job. So on the beginning, this job will be for you to understand how the logistic within the warehouse looks like. You will learn about every aspect of job in the warehouse, but with the time you can progress to PPT driver. PPT driver operates one of these vehicles that you can see in the background. It's quite interesting and exciting, and with the time you can progress to your career to become a team leader or the manager even. So there is a lot of opportunities in this bit of the industry. The pay rate is $8.91 per day shift and 9.03 for a night shift, and we're offering for minimum 25 hours a week. But if you want to work more and also earn more, we are happy to offer you the full shift, so up to 40 hours per week. And the shift is 3 on 3 off. It's from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. and from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. But we are quite flexible. We're very happy for you to come to the office, register, have a lovely chat with one of our recruitment consultants, and decide what is best for you and what will give you the best challenge that you're looking for. But on top of the experience that you will get with us, you may ask, Jen actually asked us, what is special about us that will bring people to us. So on top of the work experience that you will gain with us and the opportunity to progress your career, you will also receive the training, the employability support. So firstly, when you will come to us, we'll give you the onboarding materials, the materials for self-study that will tell you about active listening, about setting up the ambitious goals for your future. But also we will offer you one full day of employability support. So after 6 months with us, you will know how to build a winning CV, how to perform during the interview. So there will be nothing that will stop you to reach out for your dream work. And of course, you will earn real money with us. So with the job that we're currently offering under the scheme, it is up to £361 per week. And as I said, there is always the opportunity to progress with your career. So we're encouraging you to apply.
So just send over your CV and the rest to me besides the interview. So I will contact you in 24 hours after receiving your CV, and I will set up an interview for you. And we will provide you with onboarding materials, and one of our qualified trainers
will help you to start your career. And as Marina said, she's the one that's going to contact you. So ask your work coach for the referral. And as soon as you send us your CV, this lovely lady will contact you and make sure that you will receive the best work experience possible. So I guess, guys, these are the opportunity that we are currently having. Please contact us and we'll be very happy to help you and bring you on board.
Amazing. Thank you so much to the both of you for telling us all about your Kickstarter positions. But unfortunately, that's all the time that we have with yourselves. But if anybody's got any questions for these incredible two women, then please leave them in the live chat, which is just next to the video player. And the both of them will be available to help you with anything that you need. But for now, it's goodbye from me to you, ladies. And hopefully we'll see you again soon on the Jobs Live channel.
Thank you very much. Take care.
Amazing. Back to Stu in the studio. Thanks, Stuart. So today I have been joined by Jade from Starcare. So hi, Jade. How are you?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you. Are you?
I am, thank you, and I'm glad to hear you are as well. So for anyone who doesn't know about Starcare or know what you guys do, could you just tell us a little bit about the company and about your role as well?
Absolutely, yes. So I'm Jade, I'm the recruitment officer. I am usually the first point of call or contact within the business. I conduct a lot of the phone calls, I do a lot of the sourcing of candidates, reaching out to people that are actively looking for roles within our areas. And I set up the interviews, I conduct the interviews, I try and be the friendly face of the company or the voice of the company, depending on how we've got in contact with our applicants and our candidates. The company is a community care provider. So we go into the homes of our service users, our clients, and we help out with daily tasks. And it's typically the older generations. It can be anybody over the age of 18. Just requires the extra help around the home, whether that be domestic tasks, making some meals, making sure they've had some good nutrition that day, some social calls. We have plenty of calls whereby there are staff members that are being led by the client. They learn some baking skills. We're just there to assist. So we help out with those kind of activities. Some personal care as well. So what I might do myself on autopilot throughout the day, shower, bathe, toilet, dress. We do assist some of our clients with that as well. And it's all within the client's actual home as well. So out in the community, which is what we call it.
Amazing, that's lovely. So obviously we're just based in the northwest, but whereabouts in the northwest are you based?
So we operate out of quite a few areas: Chester, Ellesmere Port, Neston, a couple of surrounding villages. We have another branch that operates out of Winsford, and that covers the Northwich, Winsford and surrounding villages. And then our final branch is over in Merseyside as well. So a couple of the smaller areas within Liverpool and Merseyside, Knowsley, Sefton, Maghall and the like.
Amazing, that's lovely. So obviously you mentioned before when talking about the company, the types of things that people do there at the moment. Could you tell us a little bit more about the types of roles that you're recruiting for within the Kickstart scheme?
Certainly, yes. So we are looking for healthcare assistants, support workers. You don't have to have experience for this role. We've got a very much a robust program in place for facilitating training, induction training, right through, to the management level. We can facilitate that kind of employment for people, for job seekers. So you can come from any industry, whether that be retail, factory work, machinery, there's all sorts. We just are there to assist you into the role of the recruitment department, myself. So we do take on lots of people from lots of industries. You don't necessarily have to have experience for this role. We guide you, support you. We're very much people-led as well. So we look at people that have got the right characteristics for the role, the right kind of behaviours, morals, ethics that suit what we're looking for, and then we can then place them into a care assistant support worker role.
Amazing, that sounds lovely. So obviously with those kinds of roles that you've just mentioned there, a lot of them I assume are very much people based. So is there a type of person that you're looking for to join your organisation, maybe some particular soft skills or traits of people?
Certainly, yeah. I love to employ people that are engaging, they're chatty, they're fantastic with communication. It's not always about what you've done in the past experience-wise, it's just finding the right person that will, as I mentioned, engage with the client, but wants to be there for them. So it wants to be an extended member of the family by proxy almost, wants to do things for them, bring that person out of their shell and maintain their independence, their lifestyle as much as possible. So I'm looking for people that match certainly those kind of values, beliefs, behavioural traits, characteristics, just open and friendly, somebody that wants to help.
Amazing, that's perfect. So obviously you've mentioned there what you're looking for, but in terms of a Kickstarter that's wanting to come and work for your company, why would they want to come and work for you guys?
For lots of reasons, hopefully. We are very much advocates for the work-life balance. So if you've been out of work for a long time, we do support you into, maybe a part-time role to start off with. Some full-time roles are available as well. But we certainly look for the work-life balance. We appreciate that you spend a lot of time in work. So let's make an enjoyable environment, a nice experience for you. There is work throughout lots of areas as well, so hopefully that helps with job seekers and Kickstarters that are looking for something that is within a commutable distance, or if they do drive, because we take on non-drivers and drivers. The location of work is applicable to that person. It's in their surrounding areas. Again, any longevity to the role, we do offer career progression. We have a sister company that facilitates the training and the end-to-end employment and the new skills, learning new skills and the qualifications needed to get to where that person or that individual wants to be in their career.
Amazing, that's lovely. And finally, do you have any hints or tips for those that will be wanting to apply for the roles that you've mentioned today?
Certainly. So be very open to communication, and whether that be on the phone, within an interview process, we try and do everything remotely at the moment. So we, within the video process and the video interviewing, it's very relaxed. We're not going to put you on the spot for any reason. And the same within the phone calls as well. We'll just give you, a quick 4 or 5 minutes on the phone just to get to know a little bit about you. Again, no trick questions. Just be open, be friendly, be engaging. Is the only thing I can say really.
Amazing, that's lovely. Well, thank you so much, Jade, for your time today and for giving those hints and tips, because they're so important, not just in your industry, but just across the board, really, I'd say as well. So that's perfect, thank you. But if anybody's got any questions for Jade or her team at StarCare, then please leave them in the live chat, which is just next to the video player, and someone will get back to you as soon as possible. However, for now, it's goodbye from me to you, Jade, and hopefully we'll see you again on the Jobs Live channel.
That's it, thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Back to Stu in the studio.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Jobs Live channel. Today I have been joined by Andrew from Hexagon Recruitment. Hi Andrew.
Hello.
So Andrew, could you tell us, what does your company do?
So we are a commercial recruitment agency. Hexagon's been in business for over 30 years, but at the moment we're focusing on the Kickstart scheme, and that's where my focus is with the candidates. So I lead a small team, and we're busy trying to attract candidates to our many vacancies, which is why I'm on this video.
Fantastic. So can you tell us, where are you based?
We've got a couple of offices in the northwest of Cheshire. So Runcorn is where I am, and we've also got one near Chester as well.
So could you tell us a bit more about the Kickstart roles that you're recruiting for?
Yeah, so in Chester, we're really focused on hospitality. So we've got many contacts with the hotels, the bed and breakfast, the restaurants in Chester. We're typically looking for 4 kinds of worker. One is waiting on staff. We're looking for bar staff, housekeeping staff, and also porters for the bigger hotels. And just to stress that it's the personality that matters. These are trainee roles, so we're not expecting you to have had experience in this type of work before, just that you've got the right personality for this type of roles.
Fantastic. They all sound brilliant. So you mentioned personality. What kind of people are you looking for to join your organisation?
So for these organisations we're recruiting on behalf of in Chester, they will be looking for people who are ready to face customers. We're predicting the busiest summer ever in Chester in terms of business traffic. So these will be very busy people. So you need to be friendly and helpful, and understanding and focused on making those customers have a pleasant stay in the businesses in the Chester area.
So tell us, why work for these organisations that you're recruiting for?
So for young people, it's a good opportunity to improve your social life as well as your CV. The teams who work in these places tend to be young people, and where the businesses are located is near the centre of Chester as well. So once you've finished your shift, you can go straight out into the bars yourself and enjoy yourself. In terms of benefits for the jobs, a lot of them come with very generous discounts. So I know in typical, for food you get 15% off quite often, and for drinks you can get as much as 20% off. And there could be discounts for accommodation as well, depending on where it is. But the main thing is that it's going to be a very busy summer, so you're going to get loads of great customer service experience, which after Kickstart you can take with you to other jobs. It's going to help you in the future with that great experience you're going to gain through this.
That sounds brilliant. So finally, do you have any hints or tips for those that are applying for these roles?
Yeah, in terms of your CV, make sure that it's up to date. So if you've moved house, make sure you've got your current address on there. Make sure you've got all of the contact information I would need to quickly get in touch with you. So that's a phone number, your current email address. We're going to be using both phone and email, so make sure you're keeping an eye on your emails, and you are open to taking phone calls from people you might not know, such as myself. In terms of your CV, make sure any work experience you've done is the first thing I read, and that you order your jobs in reverse chronological order. So that means the most recent job should come first. I'm very interested in what you've been doing in your life in the last 2 or 3 years, particularly in terms of work. So if you could make that easy to read on your CV, that would save everyone time.
Fantastic. So unfortunately, Andrew, our interview has come to an end, but thank you very much for joining us on the channel today. And as Andrew said, if you're interested in any of the roles that Hexagon Recruitment have to offer, then make sure to get in touch with him. So back to you, Stuart, in the studio.
So welcome back to the Jobs Live channel. Thanks so much for joining us here today, where we're looking at Kickstart opportunities right across the Cheshire region. And next up, delighted to be joined by Mia from Pets at Home. Hi, Mia.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Mia, and I'm the work placement and the social mobility lead at Pets at Home. And I would like to tell you all about all our fantastic Kickstart opportunities that we have for you.
Perfect. Well, that's great. And thank you so much for joining us. I mean, Pets at Home, I mean, what can I say? It's a great brand. Just tell us, for those who don't know, what do you do as an organisation?
So we are the UK's leading pet care business, providing pet owners with everything they need to be able to look after their own pets, from food, toys, bedding, and groom service, right the way through the first opinion vet care. So our stores represent a unique environment, and they provide a practical, a fun, unique experience for all our pet owners. We also help owners select, for example, the right food for their pets, the nutrition consultations. We help test the water, if the water is safe for the fish tanks before the fish are introduced to the tanks. We help socialize, for example, a new puppy with socialization and training classes, and much more that we have in stores is fantastic. We also have online for our customers, online service that our customers can order their pet products for home and delivery and collecting stores. Because we are a very specialist pet care business, everything that we sell is tested specifically for our pets, which is something that we believe makes us unique, giving our customers a peace of mind that they are buying a quality item which is responsibly sourced and tested with the specific to the pet. When we sell a pet as well to a new owner, we are very passionate that we put pets before profit. And we have a unique pet part process to ensure prospective future owners understand the welfare and needs of their pets to be. Asking customers, for example, to sign and to say they understood how to look after their new family addition.
That's great, Mia. Thanks so much for explaining that. And it's marvelous that Pets at Home have got involved with Kickstart, and giving these young people, a chance to join you. Can you give us a flavour of the type of roles that Kickstart is offering within Pets at Home? What kind of things can people expect when they join you?
Sure. So we are offering currently a variety of great Kickstart opportunities in all areas of our business, including, for example, our stores, vet practice, our groom rooms, as well our support office. We are currently recruiting, for example, in terms of store colleagues for our stores, where our colleagues, the Kickstart colleagues, will be responsible for exceeding our customers' expectations, while also ensuring the highest standards of pet care, brilliant operation standards, and building stronger relationships with our customers and colleagues. In terms of support office, we have as well fantastic opportunities. One of the roles that we are currently recruiting is a continuous improvement assistant. It's a fantastic opportunity, and the main aims of the role, for example, is to challenge current ways of working and to look of opportunities to standardize and reduce excess process being operated. It's continued looking for improvements and to ensure all the process library is maintained and version controls are in place. So this person will be responsible for gathering the business updates and maintain reports. Fantastic opportunity. We also have a legal assistant opportunity where the Kickstart colleague will be supporting our legal team in their day-to-day work, providing the best class advice and support function to the wider business. And as well, we have a digital communications assistant role where we ask our candidates, our Kickstart colleague, to develop our digital content across a number of social media platforms and websites. So fantastic opportunities with our Pets at Home.
No, it sounds it. It's great that you've opened up your business in many ways to Kickstart and to the people who will be joining you. And for those people who've already joined you, I believe you've had a few already starting on the program. How are they getting on?
So we have, yes, fantastic opportunities. We had the cohort one. Some of our Kickstart colleagues that are doing extremely well. They are fantastic members of the team. And again, it's just they are great fun to be work with. And they are fantastic, great team members as well.
Perfect. That's great. I'm glad they're doing so well for you, and because it is new to some people, this way of working. So good that they're getting on and they're doing well already at Pets at Home. Can I just quickly, can we just talk about the application itself, the process? So obviously you want people to be successful, Mia, when they go for interview. Can you give us any hints or tips to make sure that you want to take these people on when they come at interview stage and talk to you?
Yeah, absolutely, sure. So one of the few tips that I would give to a Kickstart applicant is to take their time when they apply with Pets at Home or any employer. We just feel like sometimes rush applications can give us the impression that the applicant, they don't care about getting the role. It is also taking your time will allow you to double check as well. Like little details like the company name, make sure you have the right company name that you are applying, as well to ensure you catch any spelling mistakes, grammar errors that otherwise may be slipped through. Remember to make sure you have your contact details are correct. We would like to get in contact with you. We can get in contact with you if your contact details are incorrect. Also, for example, keep it relevant. While you may want to include everything, little experience that you have. It is important to grab our attention, which means putting most emphasis on your skills and experience that are specifically relevant for the role that you are applying for. Anything in your application that is not relevant and respond to the requirements, just either leave out or only mention briefly towards the end. Once you're done, triple check again your application. Our recruitment advisors read a lot of applications, so it's important to be ruthless with the text length. If you are unsure how to cut down your application, ask someone that you trust for help. And again, sell yourself when submitting an application. Make sure that you that this introduces you to the employees, to ourselves, and give you a chance to talk directly to us. Emphasize your enthusiasm and for the company and passion for the role. Research our careers website, our web pages, our career web pages. If there's an opportunity to submit a covering letter, you should submit a covering letter. This will add your chances to stand out. Your application is the perfect opportunity for you to sell yourself, so take it.
Absolutely, take it. It's a great chance to work for a major national organisation, and you never know where that may take you. I mean, I know there's the 6-month program to start off with, but you're looking to the future, aren't you, Mia? You want these people to be in your business for years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, we would like to retain all our Kickstarter colleagues. It's not a guarantee. We'll have to have a look at the possibilities at the end of 6 months, but there's always a possibility to remain with Pets at Home in the same role or to look for other roles within the company.
Perfect. Okay. Well, listen, really nice to meet you, and thank you again for meeting us here on the Jobs Live channel to talk about your Kickstart program and the amazing opportunities that you're giving to young people right now who can apply online. And I know your colleagues will stay on the live chat to answer any questions that may come in. So get your questions through to Mia and the team. If you've got any questions about what you've just heard, or if you want to know more about the opportunities that exist at Pets at Home. Thanks very much, Mia, for your time today. Keep in touch and good luck with it all as well.
Fantastic. Thank you, Everett. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
So good morning and welcome to the Jobs Live channel. This is Thursday, the 17th of June. Hope you're well and thank you for joining us. This morning we're going to be looking at the hospitality sector. Plenty of opportunities within the sector right now, and we're going to be meeting up with some of the companies who can provide you with that very same opportunity. Now, to get in touch, simply use the live chat facility that's on screen right now. You'll see that. You should be watching the broadcast through this page. On the right hand side is our live chat, where you can right now speak to organisations who have got vacancies for you to apply into, or just some helpful advice on what you can do when you apply, or the kind of roles that they're looking to fill as well. Anything you want to ask around this sector, please do so on the live chat right now, and we'll feature your questions here on the Learn Live channel. Just want to say the very best of luck in your search today, and of course, if you've got any questions for the team, you can also email us at the top of the page as well. We're back shortly with our first interview of the day. We're going to be meeting up with Dan from Ribby Hall when he tells you more about the vacancies they have at their organisation. See you soon. So welcome back to the Jobs Live channel.
We have a wide variety of roles available at Can Health Medcoms.
So we've got a number of regional offices. We've got both construction and highways are based at Salford Quays.
Yeah, so I work on the highways sector of the business, and I'm an assistant HR business partner, so I look after all our highways contracts that we've got currently in the northwest of the Kia business, basically.
And we're going to speak to Amanda from Stockport Homes.
Get yourself a really good quality professional email address. It really is much more important than you think. Make sure that your person spec at the top absolutely matches the job that you're going for. The role profile that you've been asked to meet should absolutely come through in the person spec at the top, so that an employer very quickly can say, right, okay, you're ideal.
From Wigan through Lee, through Tilsley, Atherton, literally you could be based anywhere across the borough when you come and work for the council.
From Cumbria, which is almost most northerly point, is up towards Carlisle, right down to the southern point of Cheshire.
So much interaction on the chat, so many people getting in touch. So thank you for that, and thank you for those employers who are signposting people to various websites and giving them advice about applying for work.
We're currently recruiting for care workers. We actually have 30 current vacancies in this area at the moment. So that would be obviously community carers, but there is opportunity to do other things, mainly going on to be a senior carer, or eventually coming in and working in the offices with me and the rest of our team within the office.
It's so exciting. There's a job for everybody, I do believe. We have people working obviously on site in trade positions, and then obviously back office staff, support staff, HR, recruitment, you name it, there's a job.
We are now looking for another 300 individuals to work as traffic management operatives. So that includes trainee opportunities and qualified operatives and foremen into the business. That's a shift paid role. But we also have then additional management opportunities for contracts managers and operations managers.
See you again soon here on the Jobs Live channel. Take care. So good morning and welcome back to the Jobs Live channel. This morning we're going to be featuring organisations from the hospitality sector. So thank you for those people who've joined us to find out more about the opportunities within that sector. And I know there's plenty of opportunities right now for you to join hospitality. So I'm delighted. We're going to get straight into it. We're going to be delighted to be joined by Dan Houseman from Ribby Hall. Hi, Dan.
Hi, Stuart. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Jobs Live channel. We met a couple of weeks ago. You said you were ramping up then, it was getting busier. How's it been the last few weeks?
Yeah, continuing to be nice and busy. We're around 100% occupancy, so lots of guests on the village, which is great to see. Nice and exciting again with the nice weather, and a large recruitment drive ongoing as well. So yeah, busy on both sides of things at the moment.
Fantastic. And you're based in the Preston area. Just tell us a little bit more about Ribby Hall itself.
So we're a family-owned, privately owned holiday business. We look after short breaks and holidays. We have a health club, a spa hotel, a number of restaurants, bars, food and beverage. We do privately owned holiday homes, and we offer sort of catering facilities and events, weddings and so on. So sort of multifaceted, privately owned business.
Perfect. We are going to take questions from the chat as well, so show the interaction of these broadcasts, if that's okay with you. So they may be, random in the sense of it may not be about Ribby Hall, but I'm sure you can help people today on the chat, if that's okay. So before we get yeah, I'm sure you will. Before we get into the roles, Jane has just asked, what are the average hours for a housekeeping employee?
So it does vary. It depends a little bit on what the department recruiting will need. It can vary anything from sort of 8 hours through till maybe 24 hours a week, because it's full coverage, depending on the department they're working in. So yeah, we have some who are full-time, some who are on sort of 8-hour contracts. So it really does vary.
Perfect. Okay, thank you for your question, Jane. I hope that's helped. But like you say, there is a variety there. So I'm going to just get straight into it, if that's okay. I've got your website here, careers at Ribby Hall's come up. So just give us a flavour, if I may, as I've got your site. I'll show it on screen, Dan. Just give us a flavour of the kind of roles that you're trying to fill at the moment, please.
So at the moment, I've asked our HR team to send some of the current vacancies through. A lot of them are hospitality based, food and beverage based. So we're looking for sort of team members for bar and for front of house. We're still looking to recruit for a number of chef vacancies, and there's a sort of range of the different chef positions we're looking for. We're looking for a night porter at our spa hotel. We're looking for kitchen porters at the Orangery, and we're looking for duty management level in Terrazza, which is our Italian-style restaurant on the village as well. Some other vacancies too. We've got guest experience, which is quite a diverse role. We're looking for therapists up in our award-winning spa. We're recruiting for a nursery assistant manager, and a department that's going to be growing soon. And we're also looking to recruit for our grounds maintenance teams as well. So quite diverse, which represents the diverse nature of the business, really.
No, fantastic. There's so many great roles there for people to apply into. And they're all live pretty much now. And if I go to ribbyhall.co.uk/careers, I can start my journey here, can I, Dan?
You can indeed, yeah. That's always the place we direct people to, is the careers page, and then that'll flow through to HR and we'll start that journey.
Brilliant. And how do most people tend to apply? What's that first interaction with you?
So sometimes it's through word of mouth. So we're always asking our employees if they know great people, as great people tend to know other great people. But for someone applying, the first port of call would be to go through the website, follow the applications link, and that will then get a response from the HR team to look at bringing in for interview or signposting next steps.
Perfect. I know we asked you this question last time, and I know you see a fair share of applications coming through to Ribby Hall and to your HR team. What's your top tip for someone applying into you to make sure they stand out?
I suppose to me there's a couple. The initial one would be make sure they've read the vacancy, that they've filled in the application properly, because that helps speed things up. But then it's to be genuine and to be themselves. We're a real believer that we've got a great framework internally to give people the skills and the tools to do the job. It starts with having great people who are committed and want to work and want to look after our amazing customers.
Brilliant. So a couple more questions have come in on the chat, Dan. So Liam's wants to know, is there staff housing on site?
No, it's not something we currently offer as a set rule, sort of accommodation for employees at the moment.
Yeah, I know some do, but I think it's a good question just to check what the opportunities are there. So thanks for your question, Liam. And then James would like to know, do you offer an apprenticeship scheme for chefs?
We do indeed. We've had a number over the years, and we've got, I think, 3 currently apprentice chefs. We partner closely with Blackpool and Fylde College for that side of things. We also partner with Preston College for other apprenticeship routes. So yeah, we've had some fantastic success stories with apprentice chefs coming into the business and then developing their careers with us.
Brilliant. Well, they're great questions. Thank you to Jane, Liam and James. They're potentially your future talent right there now on the live chat, and they've tagged you in to their questions as well, Dan. So that means that when you go back onto your partner page later, if you could be kind enough just to follow up maybe on those lines of inquiry.
Yes, certainly. Yeah.
Thank you very much. That's really appreciative. Yeah, and just finally, from our point of view, and we're going to ask this question to all our guests today, why would anyone consider hospitality? You know, you've been in it for a number of years. What's the main benefit of working in your sector, would you say?
For me, I've always enjoyed working with people, and I think it's fantastic to be looking after people, coming out for dinner, going on a holiday, going on a spa break. We get to be part of creating amazing memories for them. So it's hugely rewarding. There's amazing skills and knowledge you can develop, which will then transfer into future roles, whether that is directly operational or, as I've done, sort of move into more support roles. But yeah, hugely rewarding, brings you some new challenges every day, but opportunities to grow and develop. So yeah, fast-paced, dynamic, really enjoyable.
Well, look, as always, been a pleasure to have you on the Jobs Live channel. Plenty more to look forward to this morning from a wide range of hospitality venues, including the amazing Ribby Hall. If you've not been to Ribby Hall, it's definitely worth a visit. It's a brilliant place in the heart of Lancashire, I would say there, Dan.
So I just lost.
In the heart of Lancashire, I would say. I think we're having problems there with Dan at the moment. But we'll get him back. In the meantime, we've just got a short video to play, which kind of sums up what Ribby Hall is all about. So what a great interview that was. That was Dan from Ribby Hall telling you more about the opportunities there. And thank you so much for the questions you've left there on the live chat. And if we haven't had a chance to answer all of them, we will get Ribby Hall to go onto the chat and respond to you directly as well. So I've just a reminder about how to use the chat facility here. It's really important for you to know how you can connect with employers today. So this is the video player itself on the left hand side where you'll be watching the broadcast, and on the right there you'll see some of the questions we've had in already from people watching this broadcast wanting to know more about the opportunities within the hospitality sector. So thank you for those who've got in touch so far, and hopefully this has been helpful already to let you know about the vacancies and the kind of people that these organisations such as Ribby Hall are looking for. Coming up shortly, we're going to be meeting up with Cheshire South and West College here on the Jobs Live channel. Just going to see also after that we've got Marriott Hotels, looking forward to that one in Preston, and also we're going to be meeting up with Hotel Football over in Old Trafford as well. They're going to tell us more about their vacancies, and that's just in the first hour of the programme today, where we're featuring hospitality as part of a Hospitality Live special here on the Jobs Live channel. So yeah, we've got Helen coming up shortly from Cheshire South and West College, telling us more about the apprenticeships opportunities there at the college. In the meantime, I've got a few more videos to show you about other organisations who are also looking to recruit now and in the future. We'll be back shortly with more interviews. Thank you.
My career started at City of Wolverhampton College. I'd heard good things about the college and settled in here straight away. It's very different at school, as I'm gaining specific work skills that I'll be able to use in my career. I'm learning in an industry standard bakery, containing all the equipment students need to turn out a range of freshly baked bread and cakes, which are sold every day to customers. There's also a professional training kitchen, preparing lunches and dinners to paying customers in the on-site
Morning,
academy
Helen.
restaurant. Every lecturer is
You
very
well?
passionate about the subject, and they share this passion with us, so learning is fun. So whether I end up as a professional chef, have a front of house role in a restaurant, or become a great baker, I know it will be thanks to the college that I have cooked up a great career.
You've got that qualification and a lot of business experience, so they just go hand in hand.
Having a second chance at education, because I threw my opportunity away at college by messing around, and then threw myself straight into work, and then I was offered the apprenticeship, and I thought, well, why not?
I was learning on the job with different people who all ages, so I was learning from their experiences as well and getting paid to do it at the same time.
My confidence is so much stronger than it was when I first came in.
You get to meet loads of different types of people, which is good.
You get paid as well, and you don't get paid within college or university. You just get a bit more money in your pocket, and then you can do whatever you want.
Learning new things, being able to become even more customer focused, committed, and it's just opened up so many more opportunities and doors.
Relaxed opportunities, you're not in a classroom, free food is always good.
Interact with customers more, able to go and ask them for feedback. I've proved myself to have good leadership skills and get the best out of my crew.
Love that. I love that.
So good morning and welcome back to the Jobs Live channel. So this morning we're going to feature the hospitality sector. We've already met up with Ribby Hall in Preston, and Dan there telling us about the vacancies, plenty of them right now that you can apply into. And next up we're going to talk about apprenticeships, and delighted to be joined by Helen Meakin. Hi Helen.
Hi, how are you?
Very well, very well. Are you keeping well?
Yes, thank you, fine.
Good stuff. And you are Employee Engagement and Relationship Manager at Cheshire South and West College. Can you just tell us a little bit more about the college itself and the opportunities that these people watching right now can take on the apprenticeship level?
Sure, absolutely. So Cheshire College South and West has campuses in Crewe, Ellesmere Port and Chester. And across those 3 campuses, we have over 11,000 learners who are studying a range of courses with us, from A-levels and T-levels, full-time and part-time courses, and also apprenticeships. And we have relationships with employers across Cheshire, some smaller employers, but also some large, bigger names that you'll be very familiar with. And some of our apprenticeship opportunities currently include vacancies at Eaton Hall Golf Club, Denoy Restaurants, the Badger Inn at Nantwich, Romazino Restaurants, Cheshire Ice Cream Farm, Crabwell Manor, Petherton Castle, Nunsmere Hall, and the list goes on. So the college has apprenticeship opportunities with all of those employers and many more in the hospitality industry. So some really great opportunities.
Yeah, thanks, Helen. We've got your website. We're going to show that in a second, actually, where people can go to apply into these. For you, though, I mean, for someone who deals closely with apprenticeships and apprentices in particular, why would someone choose an apprenticeship? What's the benefits of doing it?
Well, the biggest benefit to an apprenticeship is that you're earning money and you're learning at the same time, and you're working towards a set of qualifications that are recognised in the industry. So you're really building your career, but learning while you're going along. You have a mentor in the workplace to support you, but you also have an assessor representing the college coming to visit you in the workplace to give you that specialist support to help you really excel in your career and achieve your qualifications at the same time.
Brilliant. We've got questions coming on the chat today as well, make it interactive with you, Helen. And someone just, I think you may have already answered this, but Andrew has asked, how many different hospitality companies do you work with? It sounds like you're working with a wide range already across Cheshire.
Yeah, I would say perhaps, it's hard to say because so many of them are smaller, independent businesses, but 40 or more different organisations. But it's changing all the time. You know, we're building new relationships, particularly as businesses are reopening.
Yeah, absolutely. So for someone who's looking to take on or to become an apprentice, what does that timetable look like? You know, how much time do they spend in class versus actually on the job, doing the job?
So as a hospitality apprentice, you actually don't spend that much time in class. The majority of your time is spent in the workplace, with us coming out to visit you maybe once a month to offer you that one-to-one support. We may well, depending on your training needs and your starting point, we may well bring you into college for some specialist one-to-one support. But the majority of our time will be spent visiting you in the workplace and giving you that one-to-one guidance.
And that's one of the benefits. Yeah. Sorry, Helen, I was going to say that's one of the benefits. That's really answering my next question. The benefits of doing it through the college is just those things you described as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's in our interests to really help you to succeed. So, you know, you're trained by industry professionals who are going to really encourage and support and offer you that guidance that you need as an individual, really, to be able to accomplish what you've set out to do. So it's all about the team spirit, really, and that's what hospitality is about. You know, it's about being part of a team and working together to get through and achieve the end goal.
No, thank you for that, Helen. We're going to just bring up the website now. So this is the Cheshire College South and West. And sorry, I should have put the college bit first earlier. I realised what I'd done. So Cheshire College South and West. And this is your apprenticeship page. And I notice on the top right, you can't really miss it, it says apply. Once you've read up on what you're going to apply into, I guess. What is that application process like? Because I do think people need to treat this as applying for a job, don't they, Helen?
Absolutely. As you scroll further down that page, the actual vacancies that we currently have, it will show you other vacancies apart from just hospitality.
Yes.
But all our vacancies are on there, and there is just a button to apply. But it's absolutely important that you really tailor your application to meet that individual employer's requirements. So, you know, absolutely make it specific. Talk about your work experience. Talk about any relevant qualifications. But yeah, you'll be the employer will receive every application and then screen it and invite you for interview and offer in the same way.
Do you find that's a trap some people fall into, that they think, it's not a full-time job, it's a course almost, and they apply for it in a slightly different way? Is that part of the issue there?
I think yeah, you're quite right. I mean, apprenticeship, a hospitality apprenticeship will be as a minimum 15 months in duration, and usually there's an opportunity for people at the end of that apprenticeship. So you really need to think of it as a full-time job and a career move, really, a career choice.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you mentioned there how to apply. For you, you see a lot of these applications. Any hints and tips, Helen, to make sure that they stand out?
Just make yourself different. Tailor your application to what that company is actually looking for, and talk about your experience, not just your skills, not just qualifications, but actually give it some life, give it some real life experience if you can in there as well.
We do have to, use a dreaded COVID word, I'm afraid, in the current climate. You're still, I'm sure, doing apprenticeships in a slightly different way. What can people expect with this, with the new, with this sort of social distancing? Does it affect the course in some way?
So, well, we've continued through lockdown as a college, obviously, and we've been supporting our learners remotely, so via Teams mainly. However, as most people know, hospitality has been entirely shut down. So I'm pleased to say our employers are allowing us into the workplace, but observing social distancing guidelines as you would in any other situation. So I'm happy to say that we're almost back to how it used to be pre-COVID. So you will get visits from us to the workplace in the hospitality industry.
Yeah, you must be delighted it's back up and running, because there's so many opportunities, isn't there, at apprenticeship level within hospitality, and you were starting to see that come through now, and you must be excited to get back up and running with it, Helen.
Oh, absolutely. The team are raring to go, and there's a real buzz around the office now. The assessors are back in and actually able to go out and visit some of these premises. It's nice to see it opening back up again.
Yeah, and you hear it in the press all the time. There's a growing need for people to join the sector. Is there any particular areas where people would have a really good chance now of getting employment because there is a potential shortage? I hear, for example, chefs are in demand. Are you finding that people are going onto that apprenticeship more than maybe they did before because of that?
Yeah. I think we are seeing the majority of the vacancies are for production chef, commis chef and chef de partie. And I think people are seeing it as an opportunity to take a career change, and maybe they've been furloughed or they've lost a job in another industry sector, and this is their chance to go in a different direction. And it's refreshing to see, because as an apprentice you haven't got to be a school leaver, you can be any age. So it's great to see people starting the career again in a different direction.
I was just going to ask you that. You beat me to it. I was just going to ask you, was there an age limit? But you're seeing apprentices coming in from all ages. So if you're looking for a career change, it's not just for young people, this programme, is it?
No, absolutely not. It's for any age. And not every apprenticeship opportunity pays apprenticeship minimum wage either. There are some, reasonable hourly rates attached to a lot of these positions now.
Fantastic. And just finally from us, clearly you represent a number of different sectors, but this one in particular, now it's starting to come back online from the obvious reasons why it has to close during the pandemic. For anybody coming into this industry, if you wanted to fly the flag for hospitality right now, Helen, what would you say are the main advantages for people joining this sector?
Just the team spirit, the real bond that you build with your colleagues, the friendships that you make, and the fact that everything you do is a team effort. You're all there to support each other, working towards the same goal. And it's no longer the ridiculously long hours and the split shifts that people might remember from days gone by. It's more about finding the work-life balance now, sharing responsibilities and working together.
Yeah.
It's a great industry to be in.
Thank you. Yeah, so things have definitely changed over the years, and you've seen that with your experience. So I think it's worth just having another look at it, isn't it? If you've dismissed it because of what you knew about it previously, would you say it's worth taking another look?
I absolutely would. I think there are some great opportunities for young people and for more experienced people out there now. And I think hospitality is just ready and waiting for people to take a look and join them. It's a great industry to be in.
Perfect. That's my soundbite right there, Helen. Great industry to work in. You've heard it there from Helen Meakin. And I'm going to get this right now. It's Cheshire College, South and West. And Helen's the Employee Engagement and Relationship Manager. And you you're there really to support young people and all people into this industry. So thanks for everything you're doing there at the college, Helen, and great to have you on the Jobs Live channel as well. Hopefully we'll see you again soon.
It's lovely. Thank you. Take care.
Take care. So good morning and welcome back to the Jobs Live channel here. This is Thursday the 17th of June and today we're featuring the hospitality sector. So we've already heard from Ribby Hall and Cheshire College South and West talking about their apprenticeship programme as well, which is really interesting. And next up we're going to be speaking to Rita from Marriott Hotels Preston Marriott, and Rita's the Human Resources Manager. Hi Rita.
Morning everybody, hi Stu.
Hi, morning, and thanks so much for joining us here on the Jobs Live channel. Really happy to meet with you because I know Marriott is probably a name that is very well known out there in the community, but maybe not so about the jobs that are on offer and the range of jobs, and it'd be great to learn more about those. But for those people who may have never stayed in the Marriott or know too much about you, how big you are, just give us a brief overview of what Marriott Hotels is all about. Thank you.
Thank you. So yes, thank you guys. So I'm Rita, I'm the HR manager here at Preston. So I think today I will be representing Marriott International as a whole a little bit, but obviously if you have got any specific questions about the Preston Marriott, then of course, drop a message through and I can answer those. But yeah, so as you said, Stu, we are the biggest hotel chain in the world. So sometimes people actually don't realise how big we are. But at the Preston Marriott, we are a 4-star property, but we have got 30 leading brands across the world. So when you're traveling around, you actually might have seen some of them. So like Renaissance, AC Hotels, JW Marriott, all these different brands actually belong to Marriott International. So when you think about, joining Marriott, actually the opportunities are huge. And hopefully that's what I'm going to be able to get through to you today. But all the properties are different, all the brands are very different, so they're all different style and who we attract as customers, even staff as well. So have a look around, ask some questions if you want, but today obviously I'm here from the Preston Marriott, which is a Marriott brand. But the facilities and the different things that we do offer, services, it goes from just leisure clubs to offering golf courses. There's a lot of range, it ranges from lots of, from property to property. But yeah, biggest hotel chain in the world. So proud to be here.
Biggest in the world, I know, and it's a great brand.
Yeah.
And like a lot of, companies in this sector, you must be delighted to have people coming back and staying in your hotels again, Rita.
Absolutely, yes. And I think the biggest focus is our customers travelling back to us and staying with us again. So there's a huge focus on, we call them elite members, who are kind of our VIPs, and we have something called Bonvoy enrolment. So we obviously try and get people who stay with us a lot to enrol into this program, and so they get a lot of benefits and they start receiving points. So some of you may have already heard about this, but yeah, Bonvoy is our big focus at the moment, trying to get people back to us.
Fantastic. Well, this is a live interactive broadcast, as it often is on Jobs Live, so we're taking questions from people who are clearly interested in joining your sector, Rita. So James has asked, we're going to go straight to it if I may. James has asked to yourself directly, he says, do you offer an apprenticeship scheme currently for chefs?
So there will be, so if I talk as Marriott International in the UK at the moment then, so we have lots of apprenticeships going at the moment. Unfortunately at the Preston Marriott, we haven't got any apprenticeships at the moment, but hopefully we're going to be looking at this from September onwards. So obviously keep looking at our website. But in the UK, there will be loads of other properties who are looking for apprentices at the moment in various departments. So potentially, yes, chefs as well.
Perfect.
But they would be all advertised on our website.
Fantastic. I think James asked that question as well to a previous organisation, so clearly very keen to find an apprenticeship opportunity at chef level. But you said it may not be in Preston, but there's other Marriotts who would potentially be offering that. So that's well worth looking. Can I just say, what is the go-to place? If someone was to Google right now, would it be literally Marriott Careers to find where these vacancies are?
It is, yes. So if they just head to, even on Google, you can just type in Marriott Careers and it takes you to the website, or you could type in marriott.com/careers, and that's for the whole of Marriott International. So within that, then you can obviously search by location, or if you wanted to search by, a job role, then you can do that as well.
Okay. Bit of a history lesson for you here, Rita. You may not know the answer to this, but we do like sometimes random questions we get. Edward's just asked, where was the first hotel's location? Do you know the first ever Marriott?
Yes, well, actually, so Marriott International began in 1927, but actually it didn't start with hotels. It's really interesting. It was a 9-seat root beer stand in America. So totally different. And then it was 1957 when the first ever hotel opened in Virginia in America. So it was a Twin Bridges motor hotel.
Well, there's something we didn't know here on the Jobs Live channel. So there you go, Edward, a bit of history into the Marriott brand. But getting back to what people were trying to do regarding work, so Rose would like to know: is there company benefits for employees in the Marriott brand?
Yes, so some amazing benefits actually. Now, on property, there'll be some different benefits going on, but for example here, you get free access to our leisure clubs. But the biggest one I would probably say, I could go on about benefits, but you get discount with Marriott International as a whole. So if you're traveling anywhere around the world, you get discounted hotel stays and food and beverage. So yeah, I've had the pleasure to stay in some amazing hotels just to kind of show off a bit, I guess, but in the Caribbean and Dubai and all these different properties that are just amazing. So I guess that's a really, really good benefit that we do offer. But there's lots of others as well.
Yeah, thank you so much, Rita, for that. And also, a question that does come up quite a lot, and Liam would like to know, is there staff housing on any of your sites?
So specifically here at Preston, there isn't, unfortunately. Some hotels will offer that, but I think it's pretty limited in the UK now who do offer accommodation. I think it's probably quite popular outside, so like obviously in Europe and other countries, but not in the UK anymore, unfortunately.
No, it's okay. It's a good question and well worth knowing. I suppose it depends on your individual circumstances. So thank you for that. And James, who asked a question earlier about apprenticeship chefs, he says, thank you, I will take a look on your website. So I think that's a good suggestion for most people today looking for work on your website right now. Is there any particular roles, Rita, that you're keen to fill? Maybe ones that there's opportunity to join Marriott, the brand Marriott, at a really good level in a role that isn't that well known, or maybe people don't understand too much about?
I mean, just going back to some of the questions, although we don't actually offer apprenticeship at the moment, we have got a commis chef position. So if someone is currently studying or have got their qualification, the basic qualification, then we have got a commis chef going. So I don't know if James is interested in that. But yeah, I mean, we've got quite a few positions going actually at the moment, and it kind of varies. Very much operational, so food and beverage, so working in the restaurant and bar and conference and banqueting, and then also working on reception. So I think reception is quite a popular role sometimes. So that's currently on there. But we're looking for a lot of 0 contracts as well, so casuals at the moment, which I think, you know, a lot of the time for students, that's a great opportunity because it's kind of flexible. So, you know, it's all on our website. They can head on to there and have a look. But mainly it's the operational positions at the moment that we're really keen to fill. Okay, brilliant. And what always surprises me is you think you know all the positions in a hotel, but there's so much goes on behind the scenes, which is that operational side, which you don't see necessarily when you walk into a hotel. When you're checking in, it's usually front of house or maybe housekeeping or the staff in the restaurant, but there's so much going on behind the scenes, isn't there? You need people to keep the maintenance of the hotel going and the general day-to-day. Is that right? Yeah, correct. So, I mean, obviously the things that, you know, a lot of people don't see is, for example, HR, where I am today. So recruiting all the staff and doing all the admin and, you know, dealing with the employees as such. But then you've got the other offices like finance, so accounting, obviously dealing with all the invoices and the payroll side. You've got the sales office, who's obviously generating and marketing in terms of getting business into the hotel. So that's anything from weddings to conferences, things like that. So they are very much office-based as well. And then, of course, you've got some other like maintenance. So, of course, people who are looking after the hotel in terms of the grounds and making sure that everything is running as it should be. So there's lots of other areas that people don't tend to see and they forget that we do have in hotels. Yes, but really we haven't got any positions at the moment in the offices, but very much operational. Fantastic. Sam, I was going to ask you this question actually. What is your favourite part of the Preston Hotel? For someone who's worked there a while now, do you have a favourite spot in the hotel that you like to go to? A favourite spot? Wow. To be honest, I'm not sure if anyone's been to the Preston Marriott, obviously who's watching now, but the grounds are amazing at the Preston Marriott. So it's a Victorian hotel, so it's a very old building, and the grounds that surround us, it's just amazing. It's lovely, very quiet, massive grounds, just beautiful. So actually just looking out, actually my office looks out onto the ground. So sometimes I just, you know, look out and just really take the view in. Brilliant. So, and also, if I can ask you this question from Rose. Rose asked, do I need previous experience to work on reception? Not necessarily. So actually we always say it's great if you have experience, but not necessarily. So we look for personalities now. So that's just to make sure that, you know, you're bubbly, you're smiling. As long as we feel that you could fit in with the Marriott team, then that's all we need. We can provide you with the training and all the other things that you need to be able to work on reception, but it's your personalities. So being enthusiastic, wanting a career, wanting to grow, that's all we need. Brilliant.
Okay, and then just finally, as you're involved in HR every day, Rita, you see your fair share of applications coming in. And we always say here we can put lots of applications up, but if people don't know how to apply for them correctly, it could be missed opportunities here. So just taking CVs, and you probably see a fair share of them as people apply. Any sort of hints and tips for people, as someone who sees a lot, to make them stand out and make you want to interview them?
I think for me, when I look at a CV, I mean, I'm sure you all know that, you know, like you say, Stu, we get so many CVs through, and then sometimes it's so detailed in a CV, we haven't got the time to read word by word. So I think keeping it short and brief, but really showcasing yourself and what you've achieved, I think that's what I would be looking for. So rather than just saying, oh, I'm a team player, everybody says that. So it's just showcasing what you've achieved in school, what you've achieved in previous work experiences. That's what I want to see. So for me, it's achievements and showcasing who you really are.
Brilliant. Brilliant. And then just finally, we are trying to promote the hospitality sector today and maybe get people, as Helen Meakin just said there, from Cheshire College, South and West. It is worth looking at it again, because hospitality has changed over the last few years, in particular what's been going on with the pandemic. So would you echo that? Would you say, if you don't dismiss it, have another look? There is the sort of sector has changed, and the way that people, this myth of working long hours isn't necessarily the case anymore?
I think, yes, certainly things have very much changed, and we are trying, you know, we are working differently. I think the only thing that changed in our hotel in terms of for the employees is we need to be a little bit more flexible. So we have some of these operational roles now that we've created so that we can kind of utilise people in different areas. So if we were to recruit an operational staff, they could be working in food and beverage, they could be doing a little bit in housekeeping, sometimes they could be on reception. So that's probably the biggest change for some of our staff. Rather than just sticking to one department, we may be training them, cross-training them in different areas so that we can utilise them where we need them. But in terms of the hours, I mean, here, I don't think our staff are working very long hours. There were times last year, of course, where that have happened. But fingers crossed, we're going in the right direction now. So we're getting back to some sort of normality.
And what's the what for you personally, Rita, is the best thing about working in the hospitality sector?
Gosh, I just think for me, it's the interactions. For me, obviously, my customers are the employees, so I just love working with the employees, making sure that they're happy, making sure that they get everything out of these opportunities with Marriott, and just getting them to that next level. I mean, just as an example of myself, I started in the food and beverage, in the restaurant as a casual, and look where I am now. So it's just grabbing those opportunities and having those connections is obviously great with Marriott.
Oh, what a success story where you've started. So anything's possible, isn't it, in this sector?
Absolutely, yeah.
Perfect. Well, it's been a pleasure to meet you, Rita. Thank you for your time. So Rita, who's the Human Resources Manager there at the Marriott Hotels Group at the Preston Marriott. Know it very well, not far from where we're based here in Lancashire. Fantastic hotel. And you say some amazing grounds as well. It's been really nice to have you on the Jobs Live channel. Thank you for all your help and support this morning. And keep your questions coming in on the live chat as well. Rita and the team will be on the live chat later to answer any of your questions specifically to working at Preston Marriott. I'm sure you don't mind doing that, Rita.
No, that's perfect.
Thank you so much for your time. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
No problem. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Stop me in the night like I'm leaving all the bad stuff. So, you found the perfect job with us. That's great. Here's how to apply using our quick and easy online application system. Before going to the sign-in screen, you may select your preferred language in the upper right corner of the search page, and then begin by logging in. If this is your first time applying for a Marriott International job, you'll need to create an account. But don't worry, it's easy. If you have applied in the past, enter your username and password. But if you don't remember one or both of these, simply use the links on the login screen to reset them. Now that you've logged in, let's start the application. We're going to assume this is your first time applying for a job with us. There are a few ways to complete this section. If you have a LinkedIn or Indeed profile, save some time by uploading your information using your profile from these websites. There's also the traditional way. By uploading a Word document or PDF of your resume or CV, your information will automatically fill in much of the application. Or, you're welcome to manually enter or edit your profile as well. But if possible, we suggest making it easy on yourself by choosing one of the other options. Now let's get started. The first few sections of the application ask for general contact information, answers to questions about your current role, and details about you. At this step, be sure to register to receive job alerts. This ensures you'll get a message whenever new jobs are posted that match your preferences. If you use the resume or CV upload option earlier, you'll fly through these next sections. Just be sure that your information pulled into the application correctly and that all required fields are completed. Note that different jobs require you to complete different sections of the application, so don't be surprised if the application looks a little different, asks more questions, or takes a bit longer to complete than for other jobs you're applying for with us. Just be sure to answer the questions as you are prompted. For some jobs, it may seem like there are a lot of questions to answer, so if you need to take a break, you can save your work at any stage and pick it up again later. Keep in mind, some sections of the application may have a time limit to return and finish your answers, so take that break, but remember to come back. When you've completed everything, finish the process using e-signature. Then take a few minutes to do a quick review of your application and click the Save and Continue button. You'll get a confirmation email letting you know your work here is done. Here's the great thing about the online application process. When you've filled out one application, your profile will be stored so you can log back in and quickly apply for more jobs using the information you've already entered. This means applications for other jobs will take a matter of minutes. After you've applied, be sure to follow us on social media and register for Marriott's monthly careers newsletter. Also, if you signed up for alerts, you'll begin receiving email notifications about jobs related to your career interests. Good luck in your job search process. We look forward to receiving your application.
So welcome back to the Jobs Live channel. Just a reminder that this morning we're looking at the hospitality sector and all the amazing opportunities that exist within that sector right now, and meeting some of the organisations who've got vacancies for you to apply into. So they're all part of our broadcast today, and this is Hospitality Live. But before we just get into our next guest, I just want to show you or remind you about the website. So you should be watching the broadcast through this. And then on the right-hand side, as you can see, quite a number of people already have been leaving questions for our guests to find out more about the opportunities that exist within this amazing sector right now. So next up, we have Jess Southworth. Hi, Jess.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm really good, thank you. You work for GG Hospitality, and I believe, being a football fan, you're in one of my favourite hotels, Hotel Football in Old Trafford.
I am, you can tell. I am. So I couldn't quite get the background in today of the stadium, just because the light didn't do me any justice, so I had to change position. But yes, I am. I'm here at Hotel Football this morning.
I was hoping we could meet you on the centre circle, actually, and do this interview, but I guess that's not going to be possible today.
I wish it was.
Oh, what an amazing place to work for you. I mean, I'm hoping you are a United fan.
Yes, it does help. To be honest, I always try and say we are Hotel Football, so we do like football in general. But yes, it definitely helps to be of a particular alliance in Manchester.
So I introduce you as GG Hospitality. You're the Director of Sales. Just briefly, tell us what GG Hospitality is, because I know Hotel Football is part of their group, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So GG Hospitality is our management company. So we have our main two owners in there, so Gary Neville and Ryan Giggs, hence the GG. So we've got Hotel Football, which is essentially owned by the Class of 92. So those not familiar, it is Gary, it is Ryan. We've then got Nicky Butt, Paul Scholes and Phil Neville. And then also we have a Singaporean investor, which people may know as Peter Lim. So he owns Valencia Football Club as well. So we've got a few interesting owners over at Hotel Football. And then with GG, that then branches out. So GG has Stock Exchange Hotel as well in the city centre of Manchester. So that is predominantly Gary and Ryan. And then we also have Winston Zahara, who is actually Maltese, and he's a very well-known hotelier over there as well. So he's actually quite an influential investor as well in the two properties. So quite interesting over both locations, but we're linked by the GG element.
Yeah, that's brilliant, and thanks for explaining that for those who may not realise who owns you, and the people that you may recognise who are currently on the TV for the Euros, of course. So just before we get into the roles, I just wanted to mention again, if you've got any questions for Jess about the opportunities there now at Hotel Football or even GG Hospitality Group, do get on the live chat right now, and I know a number of you already have this morning, which is great to see. So if you do any questions specifically for Jess, do get them through as we're on right now speaking to her. So you've talked about the company. We know where you're based. You've kind of given that away when we talked earlier. And for you, what are the kind of roles right now that you're trying to fill? Because it has been let's be honest, it's been a tough 18 months, hasn't it? I mean, you've just really got going, and you probably need quite a few people right now.
Yeah, definitely. So again, as you said, it's been quite difficult for the industry as a whole. I think predominantly the way hospitality works, especially in the UK, sometimes people have it as maybe a bit of a stopgap. Some do stay on, like me. I've been in the industry 12 years. But ultimately, there's quite a mixed group of people is hospitality. Some people fit it around their current lives, etc. So as the past year has shown, some people have left. Unfortunately, we've lost a lot of great talent out of the industry just because of that security element. So yes, so both properties, both the Stock Exchange and Hotel Football, we've got ample. So Hotel Football, we have everything here now, from assistant night managers. We've got our chefs. Chefs is a big one. So our kitchen at the moment is looking for new talent to join it. Over at Stock Exchange, the restaurant there is actually it's actually headed up by Tom Kerridge, so some people may know that household name. So Tom is also looking for a lot of team members basically to join the Bull and Bear. So there is quite a vast range. We've got everything in here from events management. So basically anything and everything. There are a lot of gaps.
So if people wanted to find that now, Jess, and go to a particular website, how would they find those vacancies in the first place?
So ultimately, we do share a lot via our social media, so our Twitter platforms and our Instagram. So they are on there. If you did visit the website, so Hotel Football and Stock Exchange have their own independent sites, but then also GG Hospitality has a site that joins them both together as well. So you can find any information out through there.
Yeah.
But we are quite vocal. As soon as we were ready to open, especially at Hotel Football, it's like, the transfer window's open, quite playful. We want to sign new talent.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the football context there. Transfer window is definitely open right now for new talent. 100%. And what about emerging talent as well? I mean, apprenticeship opportunities maybe for people coming out to school and college, or any age, to be honest.
So for us, especially with the way our owners are, so most people who follow the way the owners have kind of built on their journey throughout their careers, it's always been about nurturing that next generation. So it's quite important to everyone. So we do actually partner a lot with the local authorities. We do a lot of work with Trafford Council, just to look at that apprenticeship, or what is it that maybe a current student wants to get out of their career. Is this something we can help with? Our owners have most recently, they've launched the University Academy 92. So again, a lot of the students there, they do come to us to see, you know, what experience can they get, whether it is paid or it's voluntary or something to help with the studies. So we are very much open to that. It is about the next generation, and especially now with our industry, that is what we need.
Absolutely, and great that you're supporting that, and it clearly is the ethos of the organisation to support local talent, especially emerging talent. So thank you for explaining that, Jess. A couple of questions on the chat, which I'm going to just throw out there to you. Because of who you are, Hotel Football, I think Max would like to know, do you offer any unique roles that other hotels don't because of who you are?
Oh, so for us, so typical hotel, every hotel has bedrooms. Most hotels have event space. Probably for us, we actually have a whole separate segment that falls to hospitality. So again, match day hospitality. One of my colleagues here, Abby, she heads up that department. However, when it comes to the operation of a match day, it's totally different. It's totally different to your typical day-to-day in a hotel. So that is a complete segment that doesn't really exist in any of the other city centre properties. So definitely that element gives us a bit of an edge. It's a bit playful. It's a little bit different. It almost feels, yesterday, if you were in this building yesterday, it was like Christmas Day. Fixture release day is like something else. So yeah, in terms of unique opportunities or unique experiences, we definitely have that.
Well, this proves it's live TV right now. If we're talking about fixtures. Just talk us through who you've got first, because I missed the fixtures yesterday. Who United got first?
Oh, now you're testing me. So we have Leeds. So the first home game is Leeds, which is great for us because it's obviously quite a historical fixture.
Yeah.
It did go really well. The last opportunity we had, but obviously this time round, hopefully we can do it a little bit bigger, depending on restrictions.
No problem. Well, I'm just bringing up.
My colleague is sat opposite me right now, and I thought if I get this wrong, she's going to tell me off.
Well, I've just brought up, I'm just bringing up your website, actually, just so people get a sense of what you're about. This is the Hotel Football website. I'm just going to bring that up on screen while we're chatting to you. Eat, drink, sleep, football. Love it. That is sums you up, doesn't it?
Yes, so pretty much just sum us up, and then our internal kind of company values are inviting, surprising, playful. So again, as Matt's referred to, what is it about us that makes us different? So everything we do, we try and do it with 4-star service, as you would expect from a 4-star property, but just take the edge off. You know, we're all human. There's usually a connection as to why we're in the building. So every kind of team member in here is empowered to sort of be themselves, have a bit of personality. It's not overly corporate, but if we need to be, that's what we do. But yeah, it's all around the game. So as you say, the ethos, the way we work, we talk about our teams being, are we defenders? How have we protected ourselves over lockdown? We did a starting 11 formation to get us through. So everything we do links around that team. It's all about the team.
Great. And bit of a team effort, I'm sure, within the guys that you manage. It's all a team effort. And that's what we hear a lot with people who work in the sector. Is one of the benefits of working in the sector is that sense of team that you get by joining an organisation like yours. Would you echo that as well, Jess?
Oh, 100%, 100%, especially with probably the vision and the mission that the owners have and the way it's filtered into the company ethos, and the way our culture is. It is about that team. So whether it is at Hotel Football or it's at Stock Exchange, two very different concepts, two very different properties, both connected. We tend to do a lot together as GG, so we try and combine both teams. So it is all about, if I can go and help a team member over in the Stock Exchange or vice versa, then that's exactly what we do.
Brilliant. Just want to ask about yourself, actually. You mentioned there about how you joined and what you've done whilst you've been there. Where did your journey start? Because I'm suspecting when you're in school, you may not have realised one day you'd be working in Hotel Football. So can you remember in school what that first job looked like?
So for me, I probably started work in school while I was probably about 14, so it was in a local cafe. So I feel like that might have been where the hospitality kind of love started, if you like. I was very happy with my promotion to being on bacon duty one day, so I felt quite proud of that. So obviously, as that's evolved, I took an apprenticeship route with Bolton University. So I started my career with Hilton, which was great. So kind of 8 years in a very big global organisation. After that, I did start to see two cities. So I did do Manchester and Liverpool, obviously very controversial now. But whilst I was there, I did start to see the journey of hotel football and how that was starting out. So that was obviously what it drove me. I think one of the phrases was hustle and heart set us apart, and I was like, I kind of want to do a bit of that. So I sparked up a bit of interest whilst it was pre-opening. And then eventually I was able to join. So I've gone from kind of an environment that's very corporate, 2 different cities, to now you've kind of learned all of that structure in how you should be, and you can adapt it very differently now here and obviously build on that personality element. So yeah, so 12 long but interesting and fun years in the industry.
Absolutely. And that when you were 14 and you've been promoted to bacon duty, which is just a brilliant story, by the way. Do you feel that helped you when it came to applying for an apprenticeship, that you'd done that bit of work experience? Does that help, do you think, and speaking to other people now, would that get them potentially into this industry quicker?
I think it definitely helps. I think sometimes with hospitality, I think you've got to love it. So obviously I joke about the bacon duty, but kind of very quickly 5 hours on a Saturday turned into 12 because something happened, we were busy. So it's kind of that adaptability. So sometimes it's not for everyone. I started out on my apprenticeship in Hilton with 16 other students. By the time we'd finished the 4 years, there were only actually about 3 or 4 of us that actually graduated. So again, I think you learn very quickly if it's exactly what you want. But once you're in, the world is your oyster. I started out with my tea and coffee trolley, wheeling it down the halls of Hilton Manchester Airport, which was great and I loved it. But now obviously I sit as director of sales in a very different company. Yeah. So I've done a myriad of jobs. But I think, as much experience you can get. I did do a bit of volunteering when I was a lot younger. So as much experience as you can get definitely puts a bit of foundation there.
Thank you, Jess. A couple of questions before we let you go on the live chat. And if you can answer these, brilliant. Sue wants to know, how many hours per week is housekeeping?
Oh, so we do have a variety of contracts. Usually the team work around a 40-hour week, but we do have contracts that can fit around. So we do have a lot of casual contracts as well. As we mentioned before, match days are very different elements. So we do have some team members that just want to be in on match days. So again, if interested, please do kind of contact via the website, or even drop me a message in the chat and I can take contact details. That's fine.
Thank you. And Thomas would like to know, are any of the roles dual sites? So he's interested in a dual role as a manager within operations.
Okay. So at the moment, we're probably on at the start of a journey with the 2 hotels. So Stock Exchange opened in November last year. November 2019. Obviously 2020 didn't really go as planned. So we're now in the stages of how we look at both hotels. Is there an opportunity for us to create that dual site? So it is we are on very much at the beginning of a journey. So it's definitely an exciting time to be part of the team.
Brilliant. Well, sounds like a very exciting time to join the industry, as full stop, Jess. And you think about how you started. Let's try and get people into this industry as quickly as we can. I wanted to ask you just finally about people applying. So we've shown them lots of roles today. What would be your top tip to make sure that you get that interview? Because there could be quite a demand for certain roles. So what makes for you a good application?
For me, it has to be just that little bit of research. If a company that interests you, if you want to apply for that role, yes, there's a job description, but also just take a bit of background of the company itself. Like, you know, can you find any press? Have they got any good news stories? If you can go into, if someone can come to me for an interview and they can tell me that we won People's Choice Award in 2017 because Manchester voted for Hotel Football, then I'd be like, wow, you've actually taken some time to look at what we've done. The information is there. It's just whether we choose to kind of take it in. So I would always try and pick one or two things that maybe the interviewer wouldn't expect you to know, or maybe you've gone out of your way to find it, because then that sets you apart a little bit differently from everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, that's been really helpful advice, that, and thank you so much as well for sharing your journey into where you are now. It sounds like a bit of a dream job for you, what you're doing right now.
I would definitely say it is. I would definitely say, I think funny element, I think I stalked the build of this for about 2 years before I ended up applying myself. But go for it, because you never know, because obviously now I'm kind of 5-6 years in, so if I would never have gone for the opportunity, I wouldn't have done it. But it took me 2 years to take the plunge, so I would turn up at every exhibition that they were at, and I'd be like, hey, Hotel Football, this is exciting. So I kind of did that for a while, and then took the courage to apply. So yeah, definitely dream job right now.
Well, it's definitely paid off, that stalking that you were doing for a couple of years at least. But no, really, really nice to meet you, Jess. Thanks so much for your time. And I know people on the chat will find that helpful too, and watching this. And if you are watching this back on demand as well, you can still get your questions through to Jess and the team on the live chat. And I'm going to ask Jess if she wouldn't mind jumping on the live chat on the site and giving a bit more information onto where those roles are and what you're looking for right now. Thanks so much, Jess. You take care. Take care. Speak to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
So for me personally, you need to be clear and concise. Try not to use the same things over and over again. So don't repeat yourself. So if you've had 2 jobs in 2 different hotels or 2 different pubs, don't say the same thing try and either reword it or think of something else that you've done in that job that you didn't do in your previous job. Keep your CV, your application, to 2 pages of A4 paper and a cover letter if you want to do a cover letter. If you don't have a lot of experience, then it's a good idea to do a cover letter. You can put your strengths, your weaknesses on. You can explain who you are as a person more, because sometimes it's not all about the experiences that you've got. It is about who the person is. And that, for me, I would rather go for someone who doesn't have the experience, train them up in everything that I need to train them up in, if they're the type of person that I want to work for me, rather than someone that's got all the experience but won't be the correct fit.
So welcome back. This is the Jobs Live channel, and today we're talking about hospitality and the great sector that exists right now with vacancies for you to apply into. We met some brilliant organisations already today on the Jobs Live channel, and next up we're going to meet up with Heather Thompson at the Dalmeny Resort Hotel. Hi Heather.
Hello.
Hello there, nice to see you. Just to remind people who have joined us for this, I'm just going to quickly flash up the website before we go to Heather to get your questions right now into the live chat. So if you're watching this broadcast, you'll see there on the right hand side is the live chat. If you want to speak to a particular organisation, don't forget to tag them in your question, and then the team will get back to you from the various organisations, including Heather and her team, who I'm sure will be very happy to speak to you right now, Heather, about the great opportunities that exist at the Dalmeny Resort. But before we get into that, just tell us briefly where you are and what the hotel is all about.
We are the Dalmeny Resort Hotel, so we have an extensive amount of amenities within our property. So we have over 100 bedrooms, we have a large bar, a lovely newly refurbished restaurant, a spa, an arcade, believe it or not, in a hotel, an actual kids arcade, a spa with a full state-of-the-art gym, Pilates studio and squash court. So there's something for everybody at this property.
Certainly sounds like it, and it's great that you've now got that that spa. I can't wait to come down and see you. Actually, I must make a visit to the hotel because it sounds like you've got more than just a stay, isn't it? It's an experience.
It is. That's correct. Yeah, we want everybody to, even though we are on people's doorsteps, we want people to come in and feel that they are abroad.
Absolutely. The website looks great, by the way, and I'm going to bring that up now as we talk about the different roles. So it has been, we've said this throughout today, it has been a challenging time, but things are opening up for you now, Helen, aren't they? Heather, sorry, and things are starting to be sort of going back to normal. Guests are coming back in, but you need people to help you. You need roles filling, and it's not been that simple, that straightforward as it probably was before the pandemic. So let's try and promote the vacancies you've got right now and excite people about those vacancies. So just give us a brief overview, if you don't mind, about the different roles that you've got right now.
So the current roles that we've got that are remaining left to be filled are our chef de partie role is still existing. So we've still not found the right candidate for that position yet. And we've had a few people apply, but it's been really difficult to get the level that we're actually looking for. And it may be that people that were in that industry previously, before the first lockdown, have moved on with their career and gone maybe into a different sector. That is a really difficult role to fill at the moment. We've also got food and beverage assistants. As you've mentioned, we've got the sector opening up. The hotel is extremely busy, but finding those seasonal workers for our food and beverage assistants positions is really, really difficult. So if there's anybody out there that would like to work within food and beverage in a beautiful hotel, please apply. so we can give the level of service that our guests are demanding. We've got the housekeeping assistants as well. We're still recruiting for that position. So we're looking for currently 3 in housekeeping. Now they are for anything from 12-hour contracts to meet around childcare and things like that, or anybody that's looking for full-time as well. We are also actively looking for, as of this morning, 2 more night porters. So because the hotel is getting very, very busy, we want to strengthen up our night team. Now, we've not had time to list this on the website as yet, but you can view it via our Indeed platform, where the job is currently live, and we've set that up this morning. And we've also got a receptionist position, which I'm hopeful that is going to be filled within the next 2 days. We've interviewed a number of applicants for that position, which it's been very, very, very successful, and we've had some excellent people through the door. So it's going to be a very difficult position to put me in to make that decision.
Yeah, no, great. Thank you so much, Heather, for sharing those vacancies. And we did bring up your website actually when we were talking about that. So delaminihotel.co.uk/careers will get you to most of those vacancies that exist. But like Heather said, this is a fluid situation, so new vacancies are going on all the time. So go to their Indeed platform, and I guess if you just searched Delamini on Indeed, it would bring up those vacancies. Is that right, Heather?
Yeah, the Dalmini, yes. Dalmini Hotel.
Perfect. Okay. Brilliant. Well, that's really breaking news that you've got a couple of night porter positions there because of your success, and more guests, more staff, isn't it?
Absolutely. You know, we've been very, very fortunate through the lockdown that we've not had to make any redundancies, and we've not laid anybody off. I think we're one of the few hotels which took the decision we want to retain our employees and keep them on furlough. And even though it did put pressures on the hotel financially, we wanted to keep the people that we had trained, and we wanted to bring them back into the business as soon as we were able to. So yeah, we've got a fantastic team. We just need to, build that up now with more people.
John's asked on the chat on that question about the night porter. Heather, he said the night porter jobs, are they contracted hours or casual?
They are contracted hours. We're looking for 2 40-hour contracts, which is they're a senior manager position within the hotel. They are looking after the property when myself and my colleague Ben, the hotel manager, are not in. So yeah, we are looking for somebody with at least a year's experience currently doing a night porter's role. And as that role sort of evolves and grows, they will be moved up to a night manager position as well, where they'll be given night audit procedures to do and things like that. So this is a stepping stone to further their career.
Yeah, thanks for your question, John, and really good question actually, because yeah, there is different types of night porter, but clearly Heather and the team are looking for contracted hours, 40 hours you said there, Heather, and it sounds like a position that you could progress your career from that point into your hotel, but also into the sector generally.
Like you said, this is sort of a stepping stone for some people, but working nights isn't for everybody. It's a complete lifestyle change. Some people like being that night owl, and some people think, yeah, I could do that, but actually it doesn't fit with my lifestyle. It doesn't fit around the children or my home life. So we are asking for people that are currently doing that night role, so then they understand the challenges around their personal life.
Yeah, brilliant. And John just said there, what are the hours? I think you said 40 hours. Is that right, Heather?
40 hours, so they'd start at 10:30 in the evening and then finish at 7 a.m. in the morning. 5 days over 7.
Yeah, like you say, not for everybody, but at least that's if someone does want to do that, it's a perfect opportunity for them right now to apply into that role. And that, just for the avoidance of doubt, John, that isn't on the website, the Delamini Resort Hotel website. It is actually on Indeed right now for you to apply into. And maybe if you could be kind enough, Heather, to put the link to that vacancy so people can find it easier on the live chat straight after this, then we can help others find it too. Great, and John just said thank you. So there you go, live chat interaction as we speak. So you're welcome, John. Hopefully, good luck with that, and if you do apply into that role. Just before we let you go, Heather, I know we've talked about before about the fantastic facilities you've got, and I did confess to being quite hungry after talking to you last time because of the afternoon teas looked amazing. But for anybody applying into your roles, clearly people like John, we want them to have the best possible chance of being successful. And I know we asked you this question last time, but just remind us, from your personal perspective, what are you looking for in that application to make sure they stand out and it's someone that you want to interview?
Somebody that's researched the hotel, somebody that has adapted their CV to the skills and qualities that we're looking for, that we've advertised, somebody that gives... By reading the CV, you're not just reading a CV like this is where I've worked and this is what I've done. We want to know a little bit about them as well. What are your skills? What are your hobbies? What do you do outside of work, which could be interesting to us? I mean, we have some employees that are in the fire service as well as working in our breakfast service. So people like that have a level of first aid. That's additional items that they can bring to, the hotel as a whole. We have a leisure club where we train people to be pool responders. So even if you've never worked in this sector before, but say that you've worked in a leisure club and you have that experience, we want you to join us. We want those experiences, and we want that level within the hotel right across.
Yeah, no. And we want to give people the best possible chance today of being successful, because you must get quite frustrated when you see you especially at the moment where not as many people may be applying, that when they do come through, they've probably got somebody else's name in there. It's clearly a cut and paste, and that's the biggest mistake people can make, isn't it? Because they've not done their research, and for spending 10-15 minutes just looking at your website, curtailing their application to the job itself, that can make all the difference to you as an employer, can't it?
Absolutely. I mean, having a list of questions as well at the end of the interview, we will always say, have you got any questions? We want those questions from you. So have some ready in your back pocket that you can say, well, actually, can I ask, what facilities are available for me to use as a staff member? What benefits do I get from working at this property? And, what is the growth that I can make throughout my career? Those are just three, things that thought off the top of my head that people should be asking at interview.
Yeah. If I may as well, just something you said earlier, I just wanted to pick up on when you said you were trying to fill that chef position still, which is live on your website. And you said that people weren't quite getting to the standard that you needed. Can you just maybe explain that a little bit more, Heather, so that people understand what it is that people are missing at the moment when they come to apply that isn't giving you what you need?
They've not had the experience that they may be in a completely different sector, and they may enjoy cooking, but doesn't mean that they are ready for that CDP position, that chef de partie position. So we're looking for somebody that's been to culinary college, and has an interest in food, and that wants to progress their career and move up to, senior chef de partie, a sous chef position, and, train to be a head chef one day. We want that growth within people. So we want longevity of staff to keep the standards very, very high.
Yeah. Okay, thanks for explaining that. I just want to be absolutely clear what you needed, and hopefully you get what you need in the coming weeks, because, let's be honest, you can't survive really very long without talented people, can you?
They you're only as good as the people that are running the business for you. So we need good people, good honest people.
Brilliant. Well, listen, really nice to see you again, Heather. I'm definitely going to meet up with you, and we've got some people over at the LEP in Cheshire and Warrington. I think we're going to come over and have hopefully an afternoon tea with you at some point in the next few weeks, if we can, and talk shop and help you with your vacancies as well. But it's been an absolute pleasure to meet you again, and thank you so much for your insights and to help people get back into work as well. Thanks, Heather. We'll see you again soon on the Jobs Live channel.
Thanks very much for having me.
Hello, my name is Julie Harris, Programme Manager for Hospitality Apprenticeships here at Yeovil College. Just here today to give you a bit of an overview on the different apprenticeships that we have available. If you're thinking of training to be a chef, to work in a hotel or restaurant, then I would recommend for a school leaver the Commis Chef Apprenticeship. That's where you are employed 5 days a week to work out an industry, and they will then there will be time available for you to come into college to complete your training of your practical skills and your theory. We will cover all the different food groups, which includes meat, fish, poultry, game, sauces and salads, hot and cold desserts. On a regular basis, we have industry experts who will be available for you to pick up additional skills, and where appropriate, we do take you out on trips. Progression would then be to move on to level 3 chef de partie, again where you would look at the same food groups, but there will be an opportunity to look at more complex dishes, which will include masterclasses in chocolate work. Entry requirements onto those programmes, we would be looking at your Maths and English GCSE results, ideally 3s and 4s, but we will continue to help and support you with that. Progression then could lead to hospitality team member, which is another one of our apprenticeships. That predominantly is based front of house, serving customers in the restaurant. Again, you would still be employed out in industry, working 5 days a week. If you would like any more information, please see the website yeovil.ac.uk or enrol at yeovil.ac.uk, and we look forward to seeing you very soon.
Hi, I'm Paul Morey, Curriculum Area Manager for Hospitality, Hair and Beauty here at Yeovil College, and I'm about to take you on a tour of our wonderful facilities. This is our Da Vinci restaurant, run by the learners and some staff. It can seat up to 55, 60 customers. Open to the public, open to the staff, from breakfast until early afternoon, and it's very popular. So you would be working in here as a front of house, a waiter, waitress, behind the bar, learning all the barista coffee skills, or you would be working in the restaurant, which I'm going to show you next, which serves this Da Vinci. This is our Da Vinci restaurant kitchen. Everything in here is a professional standard, so you could be working in here cooking the food for the restaurant outside that you just saw. It's an open kitchen in that there's a viewing hatch here, there are cameras, screens outside, so everyone can get involved watching the food being prepared and being served. So you might work on a different section in here every time you're working in this kitchen. This is the other training kitchen where you'll be doing some of your practical training. You'll have your own section, bring your own set of professional knives, you'll have your proper chef's uniform on. Up here is where the lecturer will do demonstrations. There are cameras so that it can be recorded, and also you can watch it live on the screen, but you can watch it back later on. This is also where we have industry experts coming in to do demonstrations across all the different types of food. So here we are outside the Da Vinci restaurant, sun shining. Hope you've enjoyed the little tour of our facilities, and we're really looking forward to seeing you soon. Bye.
So welcome back to the Jobs Live channel. This is Hospitality Live, and this morning we've been focusing on the hospitality sector and the vacancies that exist. And thank you for everybody who's got in touch so far, and those watching, and for those businesses who've taken part in this broadcast. And what we're trying to do this morning is really share with you the experiences of people from various companies within hospitality, but also to share with you the vacancies as well that they've got currently to fill. And next up, we are going to speak to Fabio from Mill Farm Sports Village. Hi, Fabio.
Hello, how are you doing, Stuart?
We're doing very well, thank you. Nice to meet you here on the Jobs Live channel. Looks a fantastic place there. So that backdrop, I can see. Whereabouts are you in the actual village itself?
Well, thank you for having me. I'm actually in Milanos, which is our Mediterranean restaurant. Of course, it's very quiet. We're not open yet, but I just thought I'll set myself up on a nice background for you.
Yeah, fantastic. Looks a fantastic place to have a meal.
It is. It's very nice, very quiet in Kirkham, where we at here, just out of the M55 between Blackpool and Preston. So of course, there's no match days, no hospitality today. So yeah, it's a very quiet day.
So for people who don't know that much about you, and I know you've only been there yourself a short while, but just explain what Mill Farm Sports Village is all about.
Yeah, so we are home for the AFC Fylde. We're not in a league yet. It's a privately owned business, so we're looking to get into a league very, very soon, or as soon as we can. I haven't been here for a while, but from what I've seen so far, it's a tremendous place. It's the hospitality here will be something that I haven't seen before, and I have been to hospitality days in Manchester and Liverpool, so I can tell that from my experience in other places like this, we're gonna be top of the notch there, and also we are gonna start building a new stand from Monday, so we're gonna be expanding the business very shortly.
Great, and I know AFC Fylde have had a really good few years. They've come close to getting into the main league, if you like, the League Two. So fingers crossed that does happen in the near future for you. So an exciting time to be part of the village. You mentioned there you're in Kirkham, and the people that you're looking for right now to join you, Fabio. Can you give us a sense of the kind of roles that you're looking to fill right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been here pretty much, I'm going to treat this as a startup. I have recently opened a 5-star hotel, and now I'm here thinking I'm probably doing this as the same way as we did it before, because we don't have anybody. COVID hit this hard. And, from management, this is my priority now, get my management team in place, and then looking into, head of departments and staff. And of course, the difference on this business is that we're going to have hospitality very soon, because the matches will start, I think the first match is the 6th of July. So, against Barnsley. So we need to get this place going pretty quick. Kirkham, again, between Preston and Blackpool. So I think we're in a good place to offer, opportunities for everybody. We're next door to Rebu, next door to Rhea, and Blackpool and Preston have a good amount of hospitality as well. So I don't think it will be we're going to be in a bit difficult situation finding people.
Yeah. And we are getting questions out on the chat right now from people looking to work for you. It's a bit unfair for me to ask you all of them, because I know you've only been there yourself a few weeks. So what I might suggest we do is maybe you can go onto the live chat later, Fabio, and you and your team can help and advise people there. But we had someone asking earlier about apprenticeships, and that keeps coming up throughout today, actually. Do you actually offer any apprenticeship opportunities, or are you planning to do in the future?
Yeah, definitely. Stuart, one of my biggest things really is starting people, from ground up. I have a really good connection with Blackpool College. For the past 2 years, I've been going there once or twice a year just to talk to the students and just give a bit of a life experience about how I managed to get here from where I was. and just to try and inspire them, the next generation to apply for jobs and to have a better idea what hospitality really is. So, like I said, I'm doing this in Blackpool. I've also in contact with UCLan now because I want to start this in Preston. And I think it's a really good way of doing it because we all been there, all the managers, all the directors and general managers, we all start from the bottom up and we know how hard it is. So I will definitely be looking into it. And I'm a good believer that even for a student or for someone that is doing an apprenticeship, if they're doing the same job as everybody else, they should be paid for that job as well. So that's my view on that. But I will definitely be looking into it.
Yeah. And another question that keeps coming up as well is about experience, Fabio. So, for example, to work in food and beverage for your organisation, is previous experience important or desirable, or can they get that experience on the job itself?
Well, this all depends on who the heads of department will be. But I believe that, of course, it is important to have some knowledge of what you're going to be doing. I've been noticing that for a long time now, people are applying for jobs and they don't even know about their jobs. So it's important for people when they come for interviews or if they're talking to us, at least that they understand a little bit of what is going to be expected of it. But I am all about training people. I really, I was there once not knowing what to do and someone taught me how to do things. So desirable, yes. Essential, probably not at this time anyway, not with COVID. I know a lot of people are moving about, which, it's expected. But the heads of department that I have in mind for the business will definitely be bringing people to train them. And I think they would prefer not to have too much experience so we can train them our way.
Yeah, and people are on the chat today looking for management roles. So I think we would suggest to get in touch with you if they are interested in joining you, Fabio. So if I wanted to apply for any of the roles right now, what's the go-to place? Is there a website that you've created for this?
Yeah, so we're actually doing a recruitment evening tonight. We tried our best to go on social media for that. It's going to happen from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And then on next Thursday, we're going to have a recruitment day. So pretty much the whole day. And I've just created a recruitment at Mill Farm Sports Village, mfsv.co.uk email, where we're going to start using that for any applicants as well.
Great. Would you be kind enough to put that on the chat for us later so people know how to get in touch? I know for those people who are looking at management positions in particular and food and beverage, it would be useful for them to know how to get in touch with you. And just on that point, when they do apply, Fabio, what sort of things do you want to see on their CV that will help them get an interview?
Well, of course, all the managers and directors would love to see a lot of experience, but I'm not too concerned at the moment about the experience because, like I mentioned previously, I think we can train a lot of people our way. Now, what I would be looking for is people that at least have, or students like I was previously, my background is with cruise ships, etc. But at least if you're interested in hospitality would be ideal. If by any means people wants to see us, we have a really good team here, HR team that is helping me a lot. As I said, I haven't been here a long time, but they're helping me a lot and they are doing first interviews. They are talking to people. The process is very easy here. And of course, hopefully we get a lot of local people as well, because that's my main goal, finding people that are local to us.
Yeah, no, brilliant. Can I just finally ask you, you mentioned about the journey that you've been on. Where did it start for you, this journey, Fabio? Can you remember your very first job?
Well, we have to go back to Brazil. That's where I'm originally from. I've studied tourism and hotel management back home. Then I had an opportunity to go to America and study with the American Hospitality Academy, borrow some money from friends, and I left Brazil. And from there, my first job in the hotel was in America at the Sheraton Vistana Resort, which at the time was a Sherwood. And I think now is Marriott. From there, from everything, I think the beauty of hospitality is that we are all very multi-skilled. And that's what we learn with hospitality. Every time is a challenge in hospitality, and that, the darkest hours bring the best of us. And I think from there, I've joined cruise ships. So I work for Norwegian Cruise Lines, Carnival. So, and move on back here when finally, settled down with my wife. So a bit of everything, really, corporate, family-owned businesses, and etc.
Well, look, it's been a pleasure to meet you, and the very best of luck with Milano's as well. And it'd be great to see some people in there at some point, especially when the football starts again, working for you, and what looks like a fantastic place as well. So very best of luck with that, and hopefully we can have you back again on the Jobs Live to give us a bit of an update on vacancies as they come online. Thanks so much for your time. Speak to you soon, Fabio.
Thank you for having me, Stuart.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So welcome back to the Jobs Live channel. Met some brilliant people already this morning who work in the hospitality sector. So thank you for all our guests so far. And they've been talking about not just the roles, but how you can apply into them as well. I'm hoping you're finding that useful. And thanks to everybody as well who got through to us on the live chat. And if you do want to leave a question, now live, you can do that on the live chat. Get your question to the people we're meeting right now, or if you're watching this back on demand, you'll be able to do the same again. Those people will stay connected and get back in touch with you regarding what you need to know about the different roles. So next up, hopefully on the line, we've got Melissa. Hi, Melissa.
Hi there.
Hi there. Thanks so much for joining us. You're the operations manager for Alma Rose Hotels, who own a hotel that I know very well, Crewe Hall. Brilliant hotel in the heart of Cheshire. If you don't mind, explain a little bit more about the Alma Rose Hotels Group, please.
Okay, we've got 21 hotels throughout England and Scotland. There's one in Scotland. And we all have the Q brand underneath this, also 4 Hiltons and 2 Marriotts. We are 4-star properties with a mixture of spa, leisure, golf. So a multitude of different opportunities that are available there.
Fantastic. So you're the operations manager. Just if you had to sum up that role on a day-to-day basis, Melissa, what do you do?
I juggle plates on a regular basis. So it's a multitude of sins and lots of different things going on. So it's more about managing the team to make sure that we deliver the services that we expect to deliver.
Brilliant. And you must be, like a lot of our guests today, delighted to be back open and guests coming back through those doors.
Yes, very much so. It's been a tough time for the team who haven't been at work, and it's getting them back into the throw and dealing with all our lovely guests that are coming through the doors. And it's non-stop. So we've got roller skates on at the moment.
That's good to hear. I mean, something like Crewe Hall, if we take that as an example, based in Cheshire, you rely heavily on the wedding industry and people, lots of people getting married and come to Crewe Hall for reception and for the meal and for the party. All of that has been put on hold pretty much, hasn't it? It must have been a difficult transition.
Yes, very much so. Luckily, we've been able to do the 30 weddings, 30 people or less weddings. So we've had 23 of those from the 17th of May to date. But obviously, with the restrictions still being in place, it just means that the weddings have to lose some of their friends to come along. So It's been difficult, but it's been lovely to see these very intimate weddings going on.
Yeah. Shame about the party side of it, though. There wasn't much fun dancing with just 30 people. But I guess that's a sacrifice. Not. If you do still want to get married, that's a sacrifice at the moment. But hopefully with the restrictions loosening, that might change as well. So just want to talk about the roles you've got, because it's been great for you to open up, but it has been, fair to say, quite challenging filling some of the vacancies or finding the right people. So just talk us through the kind of roles that you've got on offer right now.
Okay, at the moment we've got roles in near enough every department. It's just building back that team. As a lot of the team haven't worked for nearly a year, some of them have gone on to doing different jobs, going into college, doing completely different industries. So we have got team based there. We're just trying to infill now with lots of new blood, as it were, the people who are really enthusiastic to come into the industry and develop them. So we've got roles in food and beverage, bartender, chefs, housekeeping, spa, leisure. There is a multitude of different things that we're looking for at the moment.
Thank you so much. And as you're talking there, we've just brought up the page where these vacancies are. So this is you're on Recruitment Genie, I think, for your vacancies. So this is, I found the 13 jobs that look like they're live right now. You mentioned there food and beverage. It does tell you, actually, and I can see the picture of Crewe Hall, the fantastic building that is Crewe Hall there on the website. So food and beverage assistants, receptionists, weekend spa therapists. So there's lots of variety there, isn't there?
Yes, it's not necessarily everybody looking for a full-time job. It's part-time, filling in the gaps where people can probably work after college or work just one day a week. We're very, very flexible in our workforce, and we're looking forward to seeing lots of new people come along into the team. Brilliant.
So there's if we're wondering why we're talking about Crewe Hall and Alma Rose basically own the hotel amongst other things as well. And this is the place to go to if you're looking for that particular group to work for. And you can see there, I just searched for that, and you'll find vacancies within a certain radius. So that website is very intuitive if you're looking for a particular role. And is there more to come as well, Melissa? Is it worth keeping an eye on future vacancies as well?
Yes, as we've built back our teams, some of the teams have shown they can do other tasks, and because we like to have a quite flexible, multi-purpose team, people are moving out of roles in food and beverage and into reception, into event sales. So we always are advertising, because when the right person comes along, there's always a job for them.
Brilliant. Can I just ask, because for someone who probably oversees quite a lot of that recruitment as well, for people who may apply following today or maybe when they're watching it back on demand, what sort of advice do you want to give them to make sure they're successful?
I find that being very honest and being very friendly in the tone of the CV. So even if somebody hasn't got work experience or exact experience to work in this industry, tell us about your volunteering, the clubs that you've joined, the stuff that you do, because it's all about the personality and not about the experience. I would rather have a team, a brigade that I teach about how to carry plates, how to silver service, how to do a wedding, but have the enthusiasm and the personality, because that's what we need. It's a service industry. We need people to be fun, friendly. It is hard work, but it is so much fun, and that is what we're looking for.
And just taking a question from the chat, actually, as we've been speaking there, Melissa, Samantha would like to know, do you offer gardener and maintenance positions at any of your hotels?
Yes, we do. We have, it varies which hotels they are. When they've got big golf courses, then we have a brigade of greenkeepers, and some of our properties further north have got greenkeeping and gardeners vacancies available.
So again, keep an eye out on the Amrose website and click through to Recruitment Genie as well. They'll be on there, will they?
Yes, they are. Yep.
Perfect.
You can see all 21 hotels vacancies on our careers page.
Thank you. Great question, Samantha. Thank you for that, and hopefully that's helped you. And also what Melissa was saying there before about when you do apply, just be honest and make sure you do your best on your CV to be accurate and do your research. That's what we hear a lot, Melissa, as well. Do your research on you before they apply. Would you go along with that?
Yeah, definitely. I've done some telephone interviews this week as well as face-to-face, and actually people are coming across in a friendly, articulate manner are the people that we want. It's, that's what we want. People who have thought about it, are interested in the job role rather than just applying because it's a job that they're looking for.
Yeah. Before we let you go, I just wanted to sort of chat about your journey, really, because you must have started somewhere for yourself to get into the hospitality sector. And we've heard about people doing various jobs in cafes and kind of related to hospitality. Did you know you were going to be in this sector when you were in school doing your part-time job?
No, I wanted to do travel and tourism, but my local college didn't do it. So I took up a catering course, and that was 27 years ago. So I've worked all the way around the country, from Scotland to Cornwall and London and everywhere in between, working my way up to the position that I'm in now. And it's in my blood, so I'm never going to leave, I don't think.
What's your best part of your job, would you say? What do you enjoy most?
Developing the team. It's very much about seeing the training, the development that you've done, and seeing the team run away with it, and the succession planning. So when they get developed to the next management role, the supervisor role, and they enjoy their job, that is the best for me.
No, brilliant. Well, look, it's been delightful to meet you on the Jobs Live channel, Melissa. Thank you so much for your time and expanding on the roles that you're looking for. Clearly, there is opportunity all over your organisation for people to join you. So that's the Amrose Hotels. And I'm just going to ask Melissa if she doesn't mind jumping on the live chat as well and maybe filling in some of those gaps and adding some links as well to various roles. That would be really helpful for those people who are online right now. Thanks so much for your time, Melissa. We'll see you again soon on the Jobs Live channel.
Thank you.
So for me personally, you need to be clear and concise. Try not to use the same things over and over again, so don't repeat yourself. So if you've had 2 jobs in 2 different hotels or 2 different pubs, don't say the same thing. Try and either reword it or think of something else that you've done in that job that you didn't do in your previous job. Keep your CV, your application, to 2 pages of A4 paper and a cover letter if you want to do a cover letter. If you don't have a lot of experience, then it's a good idea to do a cover letter. You can put your strengths, your weaknesses on. You can explain who you are as a person more, because sometimes it's not all about the experiences that you've got. It is about who the person is. And that, for me, I would rather go for someone who doesn't have the experience, train them up in everything that I need to train them up in, if they're the type of person that I want to work for me, rather than someone that's got all the experience but won't be the correct fit.
So it's been a great show already today. We've been speaking to various organisations from the hospitality sector, and what a sector it is, what amazing opportunities that exist right now as this sector starts to open up and need people like you to work into them. And at the moment, looking at the live chat, it's busy. We want people to keep using it. So if you haven't done already, the live chat is open. It's right next to the video player, and it's your chance to ask questions directly to the organisations we have online right now. So delighted to join up with Georgie next. Georgie from Bartle Hall. Hi, Georgie.
Hello, hi.
Hi, thanks so much for joining us on the Jobs Live channel. I think it's the first time we've met you, and I'm dying to know more about Bartle Hall. So tell us what it is and where you're based.
Yeah, of course. So we're based just outside of Preston, about sort of 5-10 minutes away from the centre of Preston, and we are a country house hotel. We've got 16 bedrooms, which includes a lodge and a cottage, but we focus primarily on weddings and events here at Bartle. So that's our main focus.
Yeah.
Hopefully more so in the future.
Absolutely, yeah. I was just about to say that it's been a difficult time for you the last 18 months, but you're starting to see now, would you say, the green shoots, as they say, of recovery, people starting to book back in now for weddings, etc.?
Yeah. I think the announcement this week, of course, gave us some hope, and for all of our couples. So it was a positive announcement finally. Lots of celebrations going on, but so slowly starting to get back to what we love doing properly.
I'm really pleased to hear that for you, and you're the general manager, so for those people who don't know, it sounds like you're spinning a lot of plates, basically.
I suppose so. So my role is to basically ensure that everything is running smoothly. I sort of help out with lots of things as well. We do have a fantastic team here with heads of department as well, which makes my job a lot easier because they're all brilliant. So my role is to basically to help out with everything, really.
Yeah, like I said, spinning lots of plates and keeping the show on the road, so to speak. But so what we're going to do now, because I know you've got a few opportunities that you wanted to share with us today on the Jobs Live channel. So we're going to just bring up your website. So this is the Bartle Hall website. I think we're in the job section. Let me just check. I think we are, because you've got belief that you've got housekeeping, breakfast prep chef, and a sous chef. Is that live right now? Yeah.
It is, yeah. So we have a couple of other roles as well that we're sort of always hiring for. But the ones that are listed on our website at the moment. So housekeeping team members. As we're slowly able to start growing the business back up and the business starts to come back in, we need some housekeeping team members to help service our rooms and our lodge and cottage. We're also looking at building upon our kitchen team as well. So we're looking at recruiting a breakfast sort of prep chef who would of course be responsible for the morning service, but then also then assisting with then the preparations for the rest of the day. So that would be either lunch or dinner service, or of course the weddings and events that we might have later that day.
Yeah.
Our sous chef of course would be our sort of second in command in the kitchen. They would be an assistant really to our head chef. But also to take charge in the absence of the head chef and to manage and run the kitchen as we would expect. But other roles as well. Sorry, go on.
I was just literally going to say, you mentioned there other roles that are continually being needed. What are those roles, please?
Yeah, so we're also looking at hiring bar staff, sort of food and beverage team members along with bar staff. As I say, as the business is able to increase and we're able to start doing the larger numbers for our events, to have a solid team to be able to help serve those events is what we're always looking for. So.
Brilliant. Well, I'm just going to apply, not me personally, but I'm going to go to apply for a housekeeping team member. And if I click on apply now, this is where you would want people to put their CVs. How does it work? What's that first line of inquiry?
So the first step, so on there is almost like a sort of a form to fill out, and it has the sort of basic details as to who the candidate would be and what job role they're looking for. And then there's also a facility there to add their CV as well. For us, to be totally honest, within this industry, in some roles, experience is not necessary. So when we're looking at perhaps the food and beverage team members or housekeeping team members, or also to an extent some of the kitchen team members as well, that sort of direct experience wouldn't be seen as completely necessary. But we're always looking for someone who would be willing to learn. So if they haven't got that experience, then that's not a problem. But we would always be looking for someone, as I say, that would be willing to learn them when they arrived.
No, that's great, and thank you for that. And for somebody who's general manager, as I say, overseeing lots of parts of the operation, clearly you see your fair share, I'm sure, of applications as well, Georgie. So what would you say about the application process to make that application stand out? What is it that you're looking for in a person's CV or the way they come across on the application itself?
Yeah, so I would say, as I say, because experience isn't necessarily relevant, I would say definitely examples of perhaps how maybe they've worked in a team before, or even sort of any interaction with other people. So whether it be in a customer environment or perhaps in a school or college setting. For me as well, I always think it's nice to put a little bit of about themselves as well. I think it's always really good to see what any candidate's interests are and why they're looking to apply really, and why they're looking to get into this industry. But then I would always say as well, sort of which comes across in person, of course, is that confidence and friendliness, because that's the key element really of hospitality. So
yeah. You're 100%. We're going to take questions on the chat, if I may, just these people who are just inquiring about what you do. So Laura would like to know, are the food and beverage roles in the restaurant and event side of the hotel? I think I'll read that again. Are the food and beverage roles in the restaurants and events side of the hotel? Does that make sense to you? Hopefully it does.
Yeah. So the food and beverage roles would actually cover both.
Right.
So because we're a hotel, we do have first of all breakfast service, obviously, as I mentioned before. So there would be the breakfast service, which would be included with that. Then on days where we don't have events, we often open up for residents in the hotel. So there would be dinner service with that as well. We do our own events as well here at Bartle. So things like afternoon teas, or we have a fantastic Sunday lunch with air rifle shooting event that people book onto. So the service of that is then slightly different to perhaps how we would serve a wedding event or private event. So it would cover sort of all aspects of it really, ranging from breakfast to lunch to wedding and events to evening bar work as well. So,
fantastic. John would like to know, do you have any management positions available currently?
At the moment, not. The closest I would say would be the sous chef role. We recently took on some management roles about, I would say, sort of in the last kind of month to 6 weeks. But we are also looking at, as we're able to grow a little bit and perhaps the restrictions are eased a little bit more, to introduce some more bar supervisor roles. So they will be coming up hopefully in the next sort of 4 to 6 weeks. And that would be that sort of supervisory role that would take control of the bar. But at the moment, as I say, the sous chef is probably the highest level role that we're looking at hiring at the moment.
Yeah, perfect. Jane also wants to know about the average hours for housekeeping employers. Do you have an average there, Georgie?
Yeah, it varies depending on what, to be honest, what the candidate would be looking for. We're looking for part-time and full-time. In terms of the actual day, quite often it ranges from either sort of an 8 o'clock start through to a 10 or 11 o'clock start, and that would then be up until sort of say 2 or 3 or 4 in the afternoon, depending on what sort of overall hours they were looking for and how it would fit into the shift pattern.
Brilliant. And just finally, Alice likes to know, are the housekeeping jobs contracted?
Again, they can be. So we're looking for a variety of roles. So if we did have a candidate who was looking for the flexibility of less hours, then we would be happy to do that. But to be honest, we prefer to offer contracted hours here at Bartle to give us and all of our team members a bit of stability. So, but it would be a mixture, as I say, depending on what the right candidate was looking for, really.
Perfect. Well, thank you for answering those. I know we're coming through live as we were talking to you earlier about Bartle, and you know I must confess, and it's a shame for me to say this, but I've actually living in Lancashire, never been to Bartle, so I think I'm well overdue a visit to what is an amazing place. So maybe we'll see each other again soon. But I just wanted to ask where your journey started, if I may. So, you know, how did you get into this industry? Because we've heard lots of fantastic stories about people doing an apprentice or doing a little part-time job in a cafe, and that's how they got their first taste of hospitality. Where did your journey start, Georgie?
So I actually I started working as a food and beverage team member when I was about 16 or 17. And that was with a small hotel group down in Lincolnshire, where I'm from. And I then sort of decided to stick with it. I really enjoyed it. So I moved to a supervisory level. And from then I did a management training program with the group. So I moved around different hotels. They had about 5 in total. And I did lots and lots of different job roles, worked in all the different departments, including the kitchen, which unfortunately was not my strength. I was very good at making a sandwich, but that was about it. Right. And then basically, then moved from there. I was offered a position as an interim manager. So my role was to go to the sites when they were sort of, if there was a manager perhaps on holiday or for any reason couldn't be there. And then from then on, I was then offered an assistant manager role and then finally a general manager role. And I did that with one of their hotels for about 3 or 4 years. And then I met my now husband and moved to Lancashire. So I was in Yorkshire at that point, so I crossed the border from Yorkshire into Lancashire, and then came to Bartle. I actually came to Bartle as a sales manager as well. It was part of my role that I loved, and I loved helping plan weddings and that sort of side of things. So I actually came here as that, and then when the general manager vacancy became available, I applied and we went from there, basically.
Yeah, that's great journey. I mean, it shows you what's possible, really, doesn't it? That people think
exactly.
Maybe they think the sector is just you're going to stay at one position and that's it. But there is, within the sector, we're learning already this morning. There's brilliant opportunities to progress as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And for me, here at Bartle especially, but it's always been really, really a sort of passion of mine to really look at investing at the team that you have in hospitality. And I think, for me, sort of always looking to promote from within to start with, and then if there wasn't the right person, then to look at outside. And I think it is so important to always provide those opportunities for everybody. And I think as a whole, the hospitality industry is such a fantastic industry to be in. We meet so many amazing people every day, and whether it be they've just come in, as I say, for a Sunday lunch with shooting, or whether they've come to have their wedding day with us, it's as I say, we meet so many people and just have fun doing it. You know, we have a really good time. So yeah.
Great. Well, look, it's been an absolute pleasure meeting you, and thank you for joining us here on Jobs Live and sharing some of your vacancies. So thank you for those who are on the chat. I think we just had one more question, and it came up before, actually. Someone wants to know, where would your, if you could have a hotel in any location, where would you have that? You don't have to be loyal and say Preston. Well, I'm sure Bartle Hall will forgive you for this, but if you could think of one location in the world to work in a hotel, where would it be?
Well, I would have to say my husband's Italian, so if I had to pick anywhere, I would say somewhere in southern Italy. That would be that would be lovely. And I'm sure, Preston second.
I'm sure you enjoyed the football last night as well.
Oh, very much so, very much so. Our poor sleeping dog did not so much.
Good stuff. Anyway, as I say, pleasure to meet you. Thank you again for your time, Georgie, and for sharing your vacancies. And hopefully we'll see you back again here on the Jobs Live channel in the future as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, great.
Take care. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
From an application point of view, it's someone who's enthusiastic, passionate. It's very much about the personality, because a lot of the positions we're looking for, we can teach the skills, but we want someone who's going to fit into the team, has an attention to detail, especially if it's a customer-facing role. Someone who's hardworking, has a really good work ethic, and is wanting to be part of a really big team, but very much a team player as well. So that's what we're looking for here at Mottram Hall.
Hi, I'm Paul Morey, Curriculum Area Manager for Hospitality, Hair and Beauty here at Yeovil College, and I'm about to take you on a tour of our wonderful facilities. This is our Da Vinci restaurant, run by the learners and some staff. It can seat up to 55, 60 customers, open to the public, open to the staff, from breakfast until early afternoon, and it's very popular. So you would be working in here as a front of house, a waiter, waitress, behind the bar, learning all the barista coffee skills, or you would be working in the restaurant, which I'm going to show you next, which serves this Da Vinci. This is our Da Vinci restaurant kitchen. Everything in here is a professional standard, so you could be working in here, cooking the food for the restaurant outside that you just saw. It's an open kitchen in that there's a viewing hatch here, there are cameras, screens outside, so everyone can get involved watching the food being prepared and being served. So you might work on a different section in here every time you're working in this kitchen. This is the other training kitchen where you'll be doing some of your practical training. You'll have your own section, bring your own set of professional knives, you'll have your proper chef's uniform on. Up here is where the lecturer will do demonstrations. There are cameras so that it can be recorded, and also you can watch it live on the screen, but you can watch it back later on. This is also where we have industry experts coming in to do demonstrations across all the different types of food. So here we are outside the Da Vinci restaurant, sun shining. Hope you've enjoyed the little tour of our facilities, and we're really looking forward to seeing you soon. Bye.
So welcome back to the Jobs Live channel. We met some great guests, and we're not quite finished yet, from the hospitality sector, talking about their roles and their organisations. We just met up with Georgie there from Bartle Hall in Lancashire about their vacancies, and next up we're going to meet up with Selenia from Fino Tapas Group. Hi there.
Hi.
Thanks so much for joining us. Your first time on Jobs Live, and great to meet you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me.
So exciting times for you there at the Fino Tapas Group. You've not just opened again. It's great to have you back. We're inviting people back into your restaurant, but you've also got some great vacancies as well, haven't you?
Absolutely, yeah. We reopened in April just outside the Fino Preston, and we've been happy to take all the staff back and everyone. However, we got a lot of positions available, as you said, because we are opening a new site in Lytham. So that is the reason why we're hiring. We are hiring all the positions, so management, team staff, front of house, bar. So we got pretty much everything available at the moment. So if you want to join our team, you just need to send your application, CV, and briefly cover letter to jobs@finotapas.co.uk. It's been very nice to reopen, to welcoming all the staff back. We got a nice, very strong team in Preston at the moment, and we are building a team here in Lytham St Anne's, and we will have a lot more opportunities in the future as well, because our plan is to open more Fino Tapas. We're expanding our brand. So next step after Lytham is going to be Blackpool, and then after Blackpool is going to be Kendal, and then after Kendal is going to be Chester. So, Northwest, there's a lot of opportunities coming up in the next 12 months.
Brilliant. Thank you for that, Selenia. I just want to bring up your website, if I may, because you mentioned there Lytham St Anne's, where the vacancies are, and I've got your website here. So if you wanted to find out more about Fino Tapas, this is their website, finotapas.co.uk/careers, and you'll see there they're hiring for multiple positions at their new restaurant, Fino Lytham, which sounds amazing, by the way. Always like a good tapas. You've got head chef, sous chef, chef de partie, management team, floor staff, bar staff. Is that right?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And we're building a new team, as I said. The good things with Fino Group is now people that work in hospitality, they know how hard it could be because of long hours, long days. But we've all been there. So me, myself, the owner, director, Mark, and the executive head chef, we all worked very hard in our life. We got a lot of experience. We've always worked so many hours that we decided to build like a business, a company that looks after its staff in terms of actually having a work balance, a life balance. So we decided that whoever wants to join us, especially like the management team, which is required to do more hours than everyone else, we decided to give them the opportunity to work a little bit less, still full time, but they got the chance to work 4 days, so having 3 days off, or 4.5 days, or if they require 5 days, which we tend not to do 5 days because we know how hard it is to have a life outside work when you work in hospitality. So this is our aim, is to make everybody happy. Our staff, to be fair, is very happy. As I said before, no one has left since we opened, and everyone has come back from lockdown. It's been very hard for people during the lockdown. People been made redundant, but we've kept everyone, and everyone is back. So we're building a great team. I think Fino is like is a small family now, is becoming a big family because we are expanding, as I said.
Fantastic. And some great roles that you've got there, Selenia. So I'm just going to check if we've got any questions for you on the live chat as well. I think people wanted to know, do you need any previous experience to work in your new restaurant?
In terms of like management positions, so kitchen and floor management, well, of course, like experience is required. So we require at least 1 year of management experience in this industry, so in other restaurants. For front of house and bar staff, is not necessary. So we provide some amazing training. It's preferable. If someone has got experience, it's always good to have someone with experience. They just need to learn, as I say, the Fino way, because we do our own way to serve. But other than that, it's not necessary.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you feel like you're passionate, driven, you like you like people, you talkative. If you're not shy, hospitality is a bit. You have to be a bit of like social people. You have to be able to talk to people. Not chefing wise, to be honest, but front of house and bar staff is. If you got customer service experience, it's more than welcome.
Yeah. Sounds like you're still actually doing up the place as well, ready for your opening. It sounds like someone's making some alterations there behind you.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
I'm actually in the new site in Leedham today just to check how the works are going. And sorry, I've asked the guys to be quiet, but
no, it's fine. It shows it's live and it shows that you're actually still building the place. So, also the same person was asking, when are you open to open up the doors as well to your new restaurant?
Leedham is opening the 20th of June, so it's soon to be open. Yeah,
absolutely. Well,
we open the booking, so if you go online and you want to book a table with us, you can book through his diary or the website, anywhere.
Brilliant that you're taking bookings already, and but you need staff as well, don't you, to help you open? So, Alice, thank you for your question. As you heard there from Selenia, you can apply, and the actual they need people ready for the 28th of June. Presumably you'll have a soft opening as well, so there'll be a chance to train before you open.
Absolutely, yeah. We're planning to do the soft opening on a Sunday.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Perfect. Well, look, the very best of luck with your new restaurant. And it sounds like you're going to be opening more, like you said, Blackpool as well in the future. So we'll keep an eye out on that one. And it'd be great to have you back when that one opens as well, so we can talk to you more about the kind of people you're looking for. But can I just wish you the very best of luck with your new restaurant, Selenia, and hope it goes well for you.
Thank you very much.
You take care now. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Stuart. So today I have been joined by Daniel Rich from Doubletree by Hilton Sheffield Park. So hi, Daniel. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you. Good afternoon.
Very good. I'm glad to hear you are. So, first off, could you tell us a little bit about whereabouts your hotel is based and what you do there?
Yeah, so we're based about 5 miles outside of Sheffield. We're just on the edge of the Peak District, and we're a 131 bedroom hotel with a Marco Pierre White restaurant, spa, leisure facilities, conference and banqueting facilities. So we do weddings, large functions, dinners, and other sporting events. And we're part of the Doubletree brand. We're a franchised hotel, so we run as part of a Hilton franchise throughout the UK and Europe and the world.
Amazing, that sounds brilliant. So before we get started into talking about the roles that you have available, let's look a bit more closely at home. So could you tell us a little bit about what your first job role was?
Yeah, my first job role was a kitchen porter. So I would wash pots and pans, and help in the kitchen, with cleaning, date dotting of food, general little bits of food preparation. But generally, I started in the kitchen porter, I'm washing pans and cutlery and everything else on that side.
Brilliant. So it's crazy to see how with you starting off as a kitchen porter, that probably some of those skills that you learn are now helping you out further down the line, even if it was such a small thing as some of the jobs that you were doing.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I did a management trainee program for 2.5 years with Queen's Motorhouse Hotels, and I spent 3 or 4 months in each department within the properties, and I then started to realise which parts of the hotel I really enjoyed, and I really started to excel in, which was for me was comms and banqueting, because you have a little bit of bars, a little bit of restaurant service, a little bit of function. So for me, I quite enjoyed that side of the business. So I came up through that side of the business, and I've been a jar manager now for about 9 or 10 years.
Wow, that's amazing. So obviously, we're all here today to talk about the job roles and vacancies that you have available. So could you tell us a little bit about what those roles are within?
So we've got opportunities within inside the restaurant for restaurant service staff and also for a restaurant manager. And we're looking for different people who've got a passion for food. And Marco's, as in our restaurant, is more of a kind of branded high street restaurant. So it's a little bit like people would be used to Ask Italian and different things, rather than a traditional hotel restaurant. So I'm sure quite a lot of people listening to this have probably got experience of going to a branded restaurant. And for us, that brand is really important to make sure people understand the customer journey. We've also got other roles within inside the hotel. So banqueting staff, so looking after weddings, functions. We've got the Euros, we've got the ladies Euros staying with us next year. So opportunity to meet different people from different backgrounds and everything else, which is great. For us, we've also got roles within inside the sales team. So people in the sales office who are taking bookings for weddings, functions, proms, funerals, wakes, we've got some graduate programs in there that then people could spend time in the sales office and then time with different departments within the hotel, similar to what I did, to help them really experience different levels and different departments within the hotel.
Brilliant, that sounds incredible. So you mentioned there about that one of those roles being a graduate scheme. Is there any other type of schemes, or is it full-time, part-time work there?
So we've got various different roles. So we've got part-time and what we would call casual contracts for banqueting staff and restaurant staff and different areas, and bar staff. People believe that if they're under the age of 18, they can't work in a bar, but they can still glass collect and they can do other things. And then with the graduate program, some of that is full-time, 40 hours, or even placements. So we do some work with Sheffield Hallam University. We do take some placement students from them. And for us, it's really important to work with education and make sure that people have got the right experience for their skill set, but also they get to experience the real side of the hotel.
Absolutely. So obviously talking about people and the roles that you have available, is there any particular type of soft skills or traits that you'd like someone who's looking at a position with yourselves to have before they start?
I think for us, it's people that are passionate about delivering customer service, and they're passionate about spending time with the customer, learning a bit about the customer, and making their stay memorable and creating that experience. And people who have that confidence to talk to someone and can really kind of reach out and have a conversation with someone, whether that's at the dining table, whether that's walking through reception, whether that's at their wedding table. And just have a conversation with people and make them feel at home. Hospitality is about making people feel at home and relaxed and that they're enjoying their experience with us.
Absolutely. So obviously there'll be some people out there that's thinking, oh, it sounds really good, but I'm not 100% sure if I want to apply. What would you say to those people that are perhaps the benefits of working with yourselves?
I think the benefits for us, I mean, things like Hilton, we have a staff program where you can get employee rates anywhere in the world. So you can book hotels on a link, and you can go and stay in different parts of the UK or in Europe or even in America and other places. And I think Hilton as a worldwide brand, we've got some great links. I've had people here that have done placements in America for a year and then come back to the hotel. So people that are scared, I would say, apply if you think you've got the soft skills, because things like how to check someone in on reception can be trained. Most people have some form of computer skills and stuff right now, and whether it's using a till or using someone to check in or check out, them skills are important, but they can be trained. But having to have a conversation with someone or make someone feel at home and having that conversation is really important.
Absolutely. And obviously you mentioned there a couple of tips, but have you got any other hints or tips for those that might be wanting to apply, whether that's about the application process or whether that's actually working with yourselves?
Yeah, I would say, look at the area in which you want to apply in. If you're going for the interview, make sure that you're turning up on time. You've got a little bit about the hotel, so you've looked maybe at their Facebook page, or you've looked at the hotel website. You know a bit of information about the hotel, and maybe some of their local competitors. So maybe one or two other hotels that are in the area. So you could talk about that as well. And really, if you look at something like TripAdvisor or Booking.com or some of the other reviews, you'll get a flavour of how the hotel is, what some of their issues are, and also what the team are like. A lot of people say about the team here, they're very friendly, and that's really important to us, that people have that great experience. So I would say do some research about the hotel you're applying to. And find out more about the role. Ask to see the job description if there is one, and try and find out some information about the hotel, and also who owns the hotel. So for us, we're a franchise property, so we're owned by Vine Hotels. We've got 11 hotels up and down the UK. So trying to get people see the brand above the door, and actually sometimes they don't understand who owns the hotel. So do a little bit of research about the property and about what you're applying for.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Daniel, for your time today. But unfortunately, that's all we have got time for. But if anyone's got any questions for Daniel or any of the team that's at Doubletree by Hilton Sheffield Park, then please leave them in the live chat and someone will get back to you as soon as possible. But for now, it's goodbye from me to you, Daniel, and hopefully we'll see you again on the Jobs Live channel.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your time.
The Jobs Live channel is an innovative, interactive, moderated online channel that brings job opportunities directly into the home, classroom, or business. The Jobs Live channel is free to the end user and does not require any additional equipment to be purchased or licenses to be downloaded. Since 2016, the Jobs Live channel and the Learn Live channel have supported the futures of people across the UK by delivering over 2,000 live broadcasts and reaching over 10 million people in schools, colleges, and the wider community. The Jobs Live channel can be attended by an unlimited number of individuals simply by logging into the channel and joining the live broadcast. The broadcasts can be customised to showcase an organisation's vacancies and profile, provide live video feeds and live jobs, and have a running commentary from our studios to review the latest job opportunities available across the UK. The Jobs Live channel is a partnership with businesses and the DWP and works continuously to link job seekers to employers and educate them about the types of companies available within the economy. The channel is already working successfully with companies like Balfour Beatty, Network Rail, the NHS, alongside hundreds of businesses supported by the local economic partnerships. Individuals and employees are encouraged to ask questions during the broadcasts via the channel's moderated live chat facility directly to the Jobs Live channel partners. The Jobs Live channel can offer you the following: a channel which gives employers and partners the opportunities to promote and discuss their current vacancies to a captive audience of job seekers. Dedicated channel pages for your business to host video content both live and on demand. An innovative, moderated live chat facility on your channel page to provide real-time interaction between customers and businesses. Fully searchable live jobs applet for customers to locate the latest vacancies and watch videos from employers discussing the roles available. Finally, using our trusted methods and our extensive knowledge of this market, our project plans ensure all resources and step-by-step processes are met in line with timescales and budgets. We look forward to working with your business in the future on the Jobs Live channel. Thank you for watching.
Hi, I'm Paul Morey, Curriculum Area Manager for Hospitality, Hair and Beauty here at Yeovil College, and I'm about to take you on a tour of our wonderful facilities. This is our Da Vinci restaurant, run by the learners and some staff. It can seat up to 55, 60 customers, open to the public, open to the staff, from breakfast until early afternoon, and it's very popular. So you would be working in here as a front of house, a waiter, waitress, behind the bar, learning all the barista coffee skills, or you would be working in the restaurant, which I'm going to show you next, which serves this Da Vinci. This is our Da Vinci restaurant kitchen. Everything in here is a professional standard, so you could be working in here cooking the food for the restaurant outside that you just saw. It's an open kitchen in that there's a viewing hatch here, there are cameras, screens outside, so everyone can get involved watching the food being prepared and being served. So you might work on a different section in here every time you're working in this kitchen. This is the other training kitchen where you'll be doing some of your practical training. You'll have your own section, bring your own set of professional knives, you'll have your proper chef's uniform on. Up here is where the lecturer will do demonstrations. There are cameras so that it can be recorded, and also you can watch it live on the screen, but you can watch it back later on. This is also where we have industry experts coming in to do demonstrations across all the different types of food. So here we are outside the Da Vinci restaurant, sun's shining. Hope you've enjoyed the little tour of our facilities, and we're really looking forward to seeing you soon.